and become one with the community and with one another. The air tastes heavenly, with chefs alongside the parade and in various stalls cooking delicious things ready to be shared with friends. The costumes are as colorful as a summer garden: yellows, magenta, cayenne, greens. There are sequins sparkling in the brilliant afternoon sun, and there are feathers and clothing and costumes of every color. Wherever you look, there are painted faces and masks, stilt walkers marching down the middle of the crowd, blowing bubbles or waving as they go along. A few bards' melodic music it becomes the heartbeat of this crowd as they sway back and forth to the beat. The air smells like festival already, and your fingers feel electric. Your minds are buzzing, limbs so charged up that walking just isn't an option. You have to run and move around. There's simply no room to do anything else other than celebrate because you're basically shoulder to shoulder with people. And you see that this day is people's vacation mostly from reality. It's a separation for them where fantastical creatures bless the streets with their smiles and their silliness. Now, we cut to an alley. A stark contrast of the scene surrounding it. A gnomish figure on the ground, robbed of life, and its robber standing over him. Whether the action was justified or not doesn't matter as the deed is done. And we begin with a bird. What would you like to do, Foxy?
He would like to go out into the crowd, kind of situate and see if he can find another small target.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Are you just leaving the body there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and walk out and roll. I guess this would be perception check.
Okay. 10.
10. Yeah, there are a few smaller people walking around the crowd. The busyness of everything. The second you spot one and you kind of try to lock your eyes on them, you lose them in the crowd. And then you spot like another smaller person. You're like, oh, and then you start walking towards them, and before you know it, you lose them in the crowd. It's really hard to keep track of somebody, just because everybody is shoulder to shoulder. It's as loud as anything in here. People are talking and there's music and stuff. It's kind of hard to maintain focus on just one thing.
Okay. Can I climb to a higher spot and then try to roll again?
Sure. I'll let you. What are you gonna climb up on? What would you like to try to climb up on?
Could I get on top of like a stand, like someone's stand if they're selling stuff?
Sure. Yeah. You get accosted by a vendor as you climb. It's actually a dragonborn figure, wearing plate armor. It looks like he's selling some like metal work items, like metallurgy items. And he kind of shouts at you in Draconic, but you don't understand him. And you climb up. Go ahead and roll again. The DC is going to be a little higher, just because you've been searching. But then that'll be offset by your getting an advantage. So.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
17? Okay. Yeah, you're able to spot the only one that you're able to really keep your eyes on this time is a pretty hardy looking dwarf. He's got brown hair, brown beard that goes down to like his midsection. Reminds you a little bit of he's huge, massive arms, a full sleeve of tattoos on his left side, and he's carrying a mug, and then he kind of gets shoulder checked by somebody walking past him, and he kind of cusses at him, looking up and cusses at him, and he just gets ignored. And you can kind of see he's junkingly stumbling through the.
Okay. Do I still have some of my poison left?
I would say in order to completely knock that target out, you would have had to use all of it to knock that target out. It'd be like a one dose kind of thing.
Okay. I'm gonna keep looking for another gnome then. Small.
Okay. You can keep your eyes out for that. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I forget. What was I doing?
I don't know.
Before we went on break, or before Tyler or Fox went on a killing spree.
You were with him, I thought. Or
No.
were you with me?
Nope. Foxy separated, Erky separated, and then as far as I remember, everybody was grouped up.
Oh, I was at the petting zoo.
That's right.
The animals.
Yes. That's absolutely correct. For your petting zoo, actually, there is this. Let me.
It's me.
Let's take a look here.
Let's pet the animals.
Let me find my notes on that really quick here.
Took out the petting zoo for me.
I did, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you approach the petting zoo, and the smell around the petting zoo is distinctly different from the smell of the rest of the area. It just smells like hay and dirt and manure. It's like if you were to go, it's like if you were to go to a like a Renaissance fair or something, or like a little like, I don't know, like a country fair or something. It smells like that. There's a petting zoo there. A couple of, you see that your standard creatures, you see some cows, some goats, very small creatures like that. Hang on. Oh, excuse me, I had to cough. But a couple of unique creatures, you actually see a domesticated owl bear here. And there is a significant line for the owl bear. It is one of the more popular things here. There are some bullywugs. Are you familiar with bullywugs?
Oh, frogs.
They're basically frog people. Yeah, there are a couple of frog people. They're kind of, it's not really cruel, but they're pretty decently intelligent creatures, bullywugs, but these look like they're just, left to do basic tricks and like, stand on top of each other's shoulders and juggle and stuff like that. They're more for just like visual entertainment. There are some fairies here, some small fairies. That are just, they're kind of in their little own self-contained little area that kind of float around and have conversations with you. Like you could walk up to them and talk to the fairies as well. There's some boars there. I mean, there's just pretty much any domesticated forest creature that you can imagine there being. They're in this, at first glance from what you can see, this is kind of just right out front. That's what you can see from the beginning.
I'll wait in line for the owl bear.
The owl bear? Okay, it'll take you probably like 30 minutes. The thing about the owl bear too, and pretty much everything around this area for Dio, is it is 99.9% parents with their little children, and then Dio, who's like 7'6". A kid actually approaches you and kind of like starts to pet your leg, thinking that you're an attraction, and his mom kind of pulls him away from him. No, sweetie, that's not, kind of tugs him away.
Just smile at him, say it's all right.
Yep.
Wait, which leg? The wooden one or the other one?
The other one, yeah. Yeah. So you that's as far as you can see. There's a separate area. So just to paint a visual picture, there's like this courtyard area carved out. Hang on. Oh, I thought I had to sneeze. There's a little courtyard area that's kind of this widespread, almost like a square section, and at the front, there's like a bit of a makeshift archway with like petting zoo, painted on the top of it. And on to the right and left of the signs are like all the cages, and you can walk through the archway and go deeper into the petting zoo. And that's where there are obviously going to be some more creatures for you to check out. But it's pretty busy here. A lot of young kids, a lot of young families here.
Yeah, I'll just be chatting up the animals.
Okay, cool. You wait in line for the owlbear. Anybody else?
We were, weren't we going for, like, mini games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or something
I
like
believe
that?
you guys wanted Wrecker to sign up for a fighting tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which you guys are more than welcome to do. So I'll lay this out for you because I genuinely spent a pretty good amount of time on this, so I'm excited for you guys to get to this.
Let's ignore it.
So, no, I'm just talking about the festival. I'm talking about the festival. I wrote a lot about the festival.
Let's ignore the festival.
Let's teleport to Al Ramla, the part that Pat has hardly anything written about, and make him ad-lib
Hey,
everything.
Pat, I think your mic is a little close.
It is probably really close. I'm leaned
There
back
you
right
go.
now,
Oh.
so yeah. Is that better?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's way
And
better.
I'm also not talking to my pop filter. That's probably gonna be
Much,
better. Anyway.
much better.
Yeah. So in this, for the people who don't know already, and you guys have kind of gathered this, hanging posters and doing various things, but I'll lay it out for you as players, so you guys know. There's pie eating and food eating contests. There are 2 separate pie eating contests, and also a pale death eating contest, which Gargle is very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
I
there-
am too.
Yep, you are too. There is a petting zoo here as well, which is one of the main attractors. There's a musical, like a Battle of the Bands competition, where a lot of bards will travel and come from all over the continent to compete in like this Battle of the Bands, pretty much. So there's that. There are several games. A lot of them are gambling, different things like that. I have a couple different gambling games that aren't just the one that you guys did that you can participate in. There's also betting on hog racing. You guys can on an offshoot of the petting zoo. There is a section where you can bet on hogs, and they race around a small track like that. You're welcome to participate in that. There are some fighting games, some amateur fighting games, and then later on in this evening, you can pay for admission to see the big fight, which is like the champion of this kind of tournament area. Will go against the champion of the person who's kind of made their way up the bracket throughout the day. And then finally, there is the obstacle course that you all can participate in. A lot of families take their kids to like the Super Weenie Hut Juniors version of the obstacle course and just kind of let their kids run around on all the play stuff. But if you can prove yourself above the table dexterous person, then you can participate in some of the higher levels of the obstacle course as well. And included with all of these are obviously prizes for first place, and then some have second and third place prizes as well. Just depends on what you're looking to do.
Is there participant ribbons?
There are not participant ribbons. No,
Hey,
no. This isn't you. This isn't millennial dads. Unfortunately,
I always
That's,
got a participant ribbon.
yeah, that's what I got too.
yeah.
I do Battle the Bands.
You would have to find your way inside of a band, pre-existing, if you'd like to look for a
One-man
band that's
band.
looking for a member. Yeah, or you could participate in a one-man band if you're able to play multiple instruments at the same time.
I could play the horn.
You do know that there is you do know of a couple of like traveling bardish bands. One of them is composed of several bards who are very proficient in their craft. And you've heard of some that have traveled around and kind of done their own thing, but you're more than welcome to participate as long as you have instruments to play. You can sign yourself up if you'd like to. It's not really an American Idol thing. Like you need a band. Like you need like a trumpeter and a guitarist and a percussionist and stuff. You need like a full setup.
Can I like get up on a crate so I'm like over the crowd, and then I'm gonna pull out my horn and like start going on my horn.
Okay. What are you playing?
It's an old song Mama Blecker used to sing to me to put me to sleep.
Okay.
And it's kind of slow-ish, but you know, it's got some good ups and downs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Performance. Oh,
Performance check.
shit. That's a 14.
A 14. Okay. You stand up on top of a box and start playing your trumpet a little bit. It's there are a couple of like there's a couple of those a few times. And after you're finished performing, you get a couple people do that, and you get a handful of copper pieces thrown your way. No one seems to have taken too much of a notice. They just assume you're kind of a street performer.
I yell out into the crowd, "Who wants me in their band?"
Who
That
wants
sounded-
me
that-
in their
I was gonna say,
band?
that didn't sound like a record. Let me roll something.
Oh man.
Hey, Wrecker, you know what you need to do?
What's that?
You need to sign up for a fight. You want to go fight people?
Yeah, I could go for punching
And
people.
we can sign you up so you can punch some people and you might make some shinies. Tell him, Poro.
Right now,
Yeah.
nobody really notices. But continue. Go ahead. Continue your RP.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, what he said.
I'm trying to join a band here too.
Wait,
Wrecker, as your friend, I want to say, yeah, no.
You guys don't play any instruments?
Pretty good at the battle axe.
I got a python. I don't know what that is.
It's used for climbing.
Okay, that doesn't do anything for me.
That don't look like an instrument, you idiot.
Something you stab into a rock.
Yeah, I don't have any instruments.
I can scream real loud.
Oh, yeah, we could use a screamer. Come on, Gargle. I'll play the horn and you can scream.
Oh, I'm not that type of screaming, if you know what I mean. Not that type either.
That's
Just whatever
that
type
picture.
of screaming you can do.
that's gross.
No. Let's go find you a fight. Let's get you a fight.
Yeah, come on. Screw music. What's it good for, anyways?
It's good for, getting lost.
We're already lost. Have you seen this city?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of it.
You want to go make some shinies?
Just promise that I could play after.
Oh, you can play.
How about
after,
you?
Definitely.
Yeah, you can play after, before. You can play during the fight too, if you wanted. There's
You
many.
say I could play before?
Yeah, just play as we walk. We'll show you
Yeah,
where we're
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Alright.
go with them and
Okay.
play as I go.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, we're
Just
heading
right
towards
in
the
Poro's
fights.
ear.
You're just heading towards the fights? Okay, gotcha. The fights are in the Elithar's Promenade, and you guys are still kind of towards the bottom of the city. I'll move you back towards so you guys have a reference of where you are. Where's her Therdis? So you guys are towards like the Venmu block. You see that open area with that kind of circle in the middle?
Yeah.
That's kind of the main square where all of this is taking place. So you guys can make your way up to Elithar's and hit that main street there and get you guys some fighting going on.
All right.
We'll switch back to Fox. Fox, go ahead and roll me a survival check to try to track this dwarf
Okay.
through this crowd. It's pretty difficult again.
Where you?
19.
19. Wow, very nice. Yeah, you almost with ease. You're using your small size to kind of weave in and out between people. You kind of duck between people's legs. And you actually get up to the point where you lose him for a second. You're like, I could have sworn he was right here. And then you turn and he's like 3 feet to your right,
Wait.
slamming some ale. And he kind of wipes his chin, and you see his beard is just like dripping with ale. And he kind of wipes his mouth, wipes his chin away, and he slams his thing on the table and tosses a coin at his witcher. Tosses a coin at a gentleman at a stall, and you see a gentleman takes this pretty large, it's almost like a clay urn, and he takes the top off of this clay urn, and with 2 hands kind of gently pours more liquid into the ale, or into the flagon, whatever. Sorry. Puts the seal back on it, and then the dwarf kind of like swipes it off the table, and you see ale kind of slosh and kind of fall off the sides of the flagon. And he turns and says something, and then slams it and keeps walking pretty stumbly.
Okay.
Doesn't look like he's he just he's looking to drink. He's running around.
You said he left?
He left the ale, the ale stand. He just got a refill of whatever he was drinking and paid for it, and continued on his walk.
Okay. Could I buy like a super strong drink from this guy and then catch up to that guy and give him another
Yeah,
drink?
sure. You could walk up to the guy, and how do you want to approach this?
Does he have like a shelf with drinks on it?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a main counter which is a little bit taller than you. It's maybe about 6 inches taller than you, and it has some bar stools set up. It's very rudimentary, just kind of like a stand that's set up here with some seats. And then on the back, he has basically a cabinet that he's probably just taken from his house and set behind the counter of his thing. And he's opened up the cabinets, and you can see he basically has it on a shelf system, where the lowest level is just like the shitty ale. You saw that the dwarf purchased something from the lower shelf.
Okay.
And then the higher it goes, the more not only the more intricate the bottles become, because you saw this guy just poured like a clay urn, basically you put ashes into, poured this alcohol in. So you see that on the lowest shelf, and then as the tiers kind of go up, there's 4 or 5 little separate shelves, and at the top they're like very intricately weaved. You know, some are painted very, very pretty with like mosaic paintings on them and stuff like that. So the higher you go, you gather the higher the quality.
Okay. I'm gonna look him straight in the eye, pull up my bootstraps. Not really.
I'm fucking.
I'm gonna say. He's gonna say, strongest ale.
Strongest, yeah. Okay. It's a human gentleman. He's balding. He's got like salt and pepper hair on the sides of his head.
Like me.
He's got a white apron on. Little chubby, little hefty guy, pretty strong chin. But he's got a black shirt, black pants, and then a white apron on. You can see the apron is stained with various things like that. And he goes, oh, "The strongest ale, you say? Huh. Are you sure you can handle that, my little bird? Is that what you are? Are you a bird?"
Squawk!
Oh, all right. Listen, I gotta see some money first before I'll let that go.
All right, I'm gonna slam 50 gold on the counter.
Okay, he slammed
Damn.
50 gold on the counter, and this guy's eyes go cartoon. I mean, he just, it's wider than you've ever seen anybody, and he kind of stammers over his words for a few seconds. Oh, yeah, I mean, you could buy that whole thing for this amount of money. He points to one of the prettier mosaically painted. It's like a glass kind of vase almost, with a lid on top of it, and it's like gold trim with like very delicately painted like scenery on the front of it. It's very, very pretty. You could buy that thing if you wanted to.
Fox is gonna nod yes.
He kind of shakes his head in surprise and goes, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely." And he reaches and grabs it and sets it down to you, and he goes, "Can I get you anything? I mean, can I get you some food? It's on the house. I mean."
He's just gonna brush him off and start following the guy who's following him.
You kind of hear, "Oh, have a nice day," in the distance. And you continue to follow the dwarf. Roll me another survival check just to catch up, because you lost him when you did to buy that. So go ahead and roll another one.
14.
14. Okay, it takes you better part of like 5 minutes to catch back up to him. You get lost a couple times, and you're pretty sure you've tracked him down. You've ran into a couple dwarves, and you've watched a few dwarves kind of do their own thing, not really sure if this was the same one, and then they'll turn around and they look completely different or have different color hair or something. You're like, shit, that's not him, and walk off and try to find him. So it takes you a little bit longer, but you moving quickly and with your small size moving in and out of the crowd, you're able to eventually catch up to him. He's about 20 feet ahead of you. There's a large open kind of clearing space, in the middle of the street. There are kind of stalls on either side, and there's this open section in between the two, and he's walking down the open section, just kind of doing minding his own business, just hanging out, walking around.
Having fun.
Yep, just
Having
drinking.
a good time.
Yeah, you see he actually roll a perception check actually.
Okay. What the fuck? 14.
14. Okay. You see him walk behind a woman who's walking with her girlfriend. Just they're two human individuals walking together. And you see the dwarf walk behind, slap the girl's ass, and do a hearty chuckle. The girl screams "How dare you!" and reaches down to hit him, but he kind of starts to sprint away, and you see he very subtly puts something in the inside of his jacket liner as he runs away.
Okay.
Oh.
So he just.
You can get some loot.
Yep.
Good
And
bye.
he sprints and he makes his way into like out of sight. He kind of turns the corner and there's a couple brick and mortar restaurants that are serving some people. He kind of runs and turns left and sprints down an alleyway to try to get away from the women.
Okay. Fox is gonna, kind of nonchalantly go into that alleyway.
Okay. All right. We'll pick that back up in a second.
Imagine
let's-
this playing while Fox is doing this.
Creepy horror
allow it.
music, huh?
Just
I'll
listen. It's stupid.
Okay, let's jump over to Dio. Dio? You're at the point where you are just about ready to pet the owl bear. You're like, there's 4 people to go. You see a small elvish girl with her 2 elvish parents. She's like excited, like mommy, owl bear. She's like jumping up and down, really excited. They're like, we know, sweetie, we're going. We know.
I'm going to prepare to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. All right. As they kind of approach, you see there's a gentleman who's basically in what's the equivalent of a ticket booth you would recognize. He is waiting for the adults to pay their entry fee, and then the kids are all excited, and he hands them a balloon, which you now see very clearly. Everybody in this place has a balloon of a different animal. There's like a monkey, there's an elephant. They got a bunch of different balloons.
Oh wait,
and
you
so-
have to pay to get in here?
You do, yes.
Oh no, I thought it was free.
Nope.
All right,
No,
well I guess I'm just gonna stay in line and get up to the person.
Okay. So you get up to the person, and it's an older human woman. She's looks like a grandma type figure. It's very very sweet. She goes, "Oh, hello, you're mighty big."
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Now-
It is five silver pieces.
Oh no, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't have that money on me, but I
Wow.
would gladly, you see, I'm a druid, ma'am, and I would gladly offer my
Oh.
services to help these animals if you just would let me in to see them.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
You have no money at all?
Dio doesn't have
Dio
any
has
earthly
no
possessions.
earthly possessions.
Doesn't believe in it.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Okay. She kind of looks you over up and down and goes, that won't be necessary, son. You go on in here. And she hands you a balloon of a monkey. Looks like an ape chimpanzee of some kind. She hands you a balloon and says, "You have a good time, son."
Thank you. And I can't believe that worked. All right.
Above the table, she was probably gonna let you in. She's a nice little old lady.
Oh.
But the natural 20 helped. All right. So
I
yeah,
just
you make
like
your
the
way in.
picture.
And you see as you kind of open up to this newer area, past just kind of the entryway, you see there are a lot of animals here. So many, more than you even really imagined there were going to be. There are brown bears here. There are cave badgers. There's hawks. Some jackals. There's a terrarium with some lizards and insects. Towards the back there are some tigers, and you see an advertisement for a special event that's coming up very very soon. A creature never before seen, and you see it's not an advertisement of the city of Hearth. Somebody has brought this creature in. And there's an advertisement that's like, come see the greatest creature. It's like trying to advertise. Later on today, there's going to be this never before seen creature that appears.
It's Blecker.
It's Blecker the whole time. It was Blecker.
Blecker.
All right. Well, what's the time and place for that creature?
You gathered that it's probably going to be here within the next like 30 minutes or so in the main theater area. Picture kind of like a Roman Colosseum, an outdoor Roman Colosseum where they have tiers of stairs that move up and then a stage at the bottom of it, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's basically it'll take place there. You got there pretty soon. You know, they said midday, and it's, you know, maybe around 10:30, 11. So somewhere within the next maybe half hour or so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and talk to the animals. I'm gonna ask them like how are they being treated and what their names are, where they come from, stuff like that.
I'm not going to RP every single one of these. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But yeah, most of them are not terribly happy. A lot of them have come from different parts of of Triberia, which is the continent that you're on. A lot of them have come from different sections. There are some snow owls here that you discussed that absolutely hate this weather, you know, and there are some water creatures just in this very rudimentary water space that they feel like they need larger rooms. And it's like if you were to talk to a real animal in a zoo, they're not excited. But some of them are happy just to be with their family. Others really enjoy kind of being the center of attention and being, you know, fed free food and have a warm shelter to sleep and not die. You know, so it just depends on which one you talk to. But for the most part, they're just kind of living. They don't really have a super strong opinion either way. A lot of them aren't smart enough to have an opinion.
What does the owl bear say?
Owlbear is kind of just rests. He kind of chills and hangs out. He's very apathetic. He doesn't really care what goes on. He's just there. He just kind of lives his life. He doesn't really have an opinion, honestly. That's one of the ones that really doesn't care where he is. He's just alive and he exists, and that's really enough for him.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out till the strange creature.
The strange creature shows up. Okay, cool. All right, let's jump back to the other members of the party here.
Oh boy.
Is Wrecker wearing armor?
Is Wrecker wearing armor?
Scale mail.
Scale mail.
Scale mail. Okay. Damn. All right. Shall we move along?
Yeah, let's walk to let's go show them where
The fuck
the
was
pits
that?
are.
Should we move along?
I was working on my witch voice for my next character when Poro dies.
I see.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
So all your
Okay.
characters are just gonna keep dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you make your way to the fighting pits,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Which is called the pit.
Yep,
The
the pit.
sanctioned fight. Yep.
Where's it at?
It is in Elthar's Promenade. You see, there's a main street, like this main street right here, that kind of goes like that.
Okay.
That is the promenade section right there. That street that kind
Ah.
of makes its way through there. It's the main drag area, and then the pits are right here, right on that pit,
Okay.
Right in there.
right in there. Let me turn the music back on. So yeah, you guys are making your way towards the fighting pits. Any preparation you guys want to do before then, or?
You ready to fight there, Wrecker?
I start rubbing his shoulders.
Get like a towelette.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. How
You're-
you feeling? You got any sprained or strained muscles, or do you need relaxing?
I mean, my leg is, my thighs kind of hurting me.
I start massaging his thighs.
Okay.
Ugh.
Here you go.
Go ahead
Work
and.
your way up.
No, you're good. Go. You're good.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
No, I was gonna say roll a medicine check, but no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. You're good.
You know what? I'll do that.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Ooh,
Not good.
that's 4.
Okay. Wrecker, you basically you get a massage from what is basically the equivalent of a crustacean. That's what it feels like. It basically feels like a crab is rubbing your shoulders. It is very unpleasant.
Thanks, anyways, Poro.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I got you.
Oh gosh.
Hi, Gwen.
So here's what we've seen in the past there, Wrecker. This
Yeah.
guy, he was pretty good. He gave you know, Poro here slapping on the behind, if you know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean.
he was a
well, that's
he was a
that's
monk.
believable.
Yeah, if you go against the monk, then you're pretty fucked.
So I don't
One-on-one.
think you're allowed to use weapons, just your fists. Is that okay?
What if I accidentally turn into a werewolf?
Hey, pause. Does Wrecker know he turns into a werewolf?
That's
Which
right.
thought we
I don't.
established no.
Yeah, Poro doesn't know. Or I mean, the fuck, Wrecker doesn't know.
No,
No.
he's always stupid, Wrecker, remember?
He doesn't ever remember that happens.
Oh, okay.
I can just like do it for him, but he won't know that it's happening to him.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So-
Who wasn't there another fighter
What do you mean?
in the fight pit? The one that we went to?
Yes, there was. There's like a tournament going on today. Basically, this is like, what do you call it, Dean, when you show up to a football practice? A walk-on. There's basically walk-ons here for the tournament. The people who have just showed up, who have no reputation, that are just trying to prove themselves. So there are several other fighters that are fighting. There was before when you guys came here the first time, but now that it's the festival and the events are taking place, there are significantly more people here fighting that are trying to make a name for themselves and try to get sponsors and then make their way up through the bracket, to get to the top.
To the top.
Okay.
Wrecker, you're
The fight.
going to the top.
Main guy.
You're going to the
All
top,
right.
my guy.
Okay.
I give him a slap on the back and then head on towards the fight pit.
Okay, roll an attack. No, just kidding. You don't have to. So when you approach those three gnomish gentlemen that are all dressed exactly the same, they look nearly identical, like they're triplets. They are all there behind their desks. There's a line of about 4 people in front of you guys. But when you guys wait, you get to those gnomish figures, and he kind of like is writing something and then mumbles like, "Are you here to sign up for the pits?"
Yes. I was hoping to sign up my friend here.
That's me.
He kind of glances up
That's him.
through his. He kind of glances up through his glasses, like his glasses are on the edge of his nose, and he kind of glances up and looks at you with his eyebrows real high up, and goes, I certainly hope you're signing up your friend and not you, Mister." And he directs his gaze at you, Poro.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm definitely not going in.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Anyway, I don't really care. And he flips a clipboard over and then hands Wrecker a quill. And then he asks him to go through the procedures and sign.
I sign all for him, and it's just butt liquor.
Okay, butt liquor.
all right.
And then when you get to the sign, he goes, "All right, and the entrance fee of 25 gold."
I look at Gargle.
Of course you do.
The gnome looks at you and then looks at Gargle and then says, "This is not refundable, by the way."
Alright, I give him 25 gold.
You give him 25 gold. Mark that off. And he says, he flips the clipboard back around and kind of flips up a couple pages and goes, "You are flip. Looks like 7th in line."
Cool.
Sounds good.
That's 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4. I start counting on my fingers for him. What 7 is?
Wait, are they? I'm gonna ask the guy that's signing up. I was like, by the way, do you guys happen to have the name of the champion or the current runner-up right now? You know, any of those details? We're just wondering.
Not quite. It's still a little early to see who's going to be fighting in the final tournament. We'll know that closer to, I'd say, late afternoon.
All right, okay. But no former champions returning. Nothing. No returning champions.
Doesn't matter. I'll beat him.
Calm down there, Wrecker. You know. I'm trying to scope out the competition, Wrecker.
I don't need it.
I'm your manager, okay? So ignore him.
Yeah, we both
Any
are.
returning champions?
Don't tell her.
He kind of like looks between you with just the most like disinterested face he could possibly have on it, and he rolls his eyes and goes, "Feel free to watch the events if you'd like, or partake in beverage and food. We will call your name when you are ready to fight. Next."
Yes.
I'm trying to help there, Ricker, but you're not making it easy.
If you'd like to roll just a history check to see if you can figure out who the champion is, you're more than welcome to, Dean. It's up to you.
Okay.
Just roll a basic history check.
Yeah. I rolled a 8.
Okay. You know that the champion is a woman. You do not know the name of the person, but you know that it is a woman. Anybody else that is there, I guess either Wrecker or
I guess I should
Poro
too.
can roll. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome to. I
I
don't want you screaming at me, dude. Go somewhere else.
I heard that. I thought that was part of the.
Was that Gwen?
Yes. I said, yeah. I don't want you screaming. Hey, Gwen.
I did not hear that.
I thought it was part of the song.
What?
She
That's
just
the music.
sleeping.
What?
She was
What'd you guys
playing
get?
earlier yesterday.
I got a 13.
13. You also know that it is a woman, and that they've been crowned champion for about 7 months now, give or take. Not a full year yet, but
How many of these festivals do they have?
no. This takes place. This festival is not every month or anything like that. It's a once a year kind of event, but the fighting tournaments still happen outside of this. It's kind of like, pay-per-view events where the champion has to keep their title, kind of thing. It's just like that. It's just like a normal fighting arena where if a challenger comes, then the person has to defend their title.
Ah, understand.
Yep. Okay, so you guys got a few people to wait in line. You guys can buy some drinks or some food.
Yeah, is that deal
watch
for
the
the
tournament.
the bottomless flagon of ale? Is that still a thing somewhere?
That is across the street. Yeah, that's at the place across the street.
All right, I'm gonna go buy one of those.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna be
about
here for a
25
while. We're gonna enjoy it. 25 gold.
for one serving, one dinner, and then bottomless ale.
Yeah, bottomless ale. That's all it's
Damn.
about, boys. I'm spending this the next foreseeable future in a drunken haze.
All right, we will switch back to Foxy. Foxy, you have seen that this dwarven individual duck into a back alley, and they are seemingly very rapidly running away from these two human women that are chasing after him.
Okay. If I go into the alley, do I see him?
You see all three of them. You see the dwarf, who's now basically the alley that he has turned into. There's a large, maybe 10-foot tall brick wall that separates one half of the alley from the other half of the alley.
Mhm.
And then set kind of in between there are some trash cans. So you gather the two restaurants on either side kind of share this alley to get rid of their garbage and things like that.
Yeah.
And he's kind of pinned in the back against the wall, and he's shouting at these women and kind of accosting them, and they exchange dialogue and go back and forth yelling, and the two women turn around and start walking out of the alley as you approach.
Okay. Just gonna kind of slip in and approach him.
Okay, you hear the women under their breath go, "Fucking asshole," just like talking about him. I'm gonna roll perception for them.
Fox is gonna become a superhero, taking out the trash.
Okay.
Don't worry.
They do not notice the gold that was stolen from them, and they exit the alleyway. And the dwarf, you can see he's got his head down, and he reaches into the pocket lining of his jacket. He just has like a leather jacket on. Reaches into the pocket lining and with his right hand pulls out a very small pouch of what sound to you like coins. You can hear jangling in the pouch, and he kind of pulls the leather strap apart and kind of pulls it out and bites it with his tooth, and then puts it back in and starts counting everything out.
Okay. I'm gonna approach him with my my drink and go.
He
Kinda hold it up.
He like jumps backwards and clutches the coin purse to his chest, and I'm sorry, I have not been practicing my Scottish accent, so it's still a work in progress. So
fine.
it's not going to be great. But he goes, "Oh Christ on a cracker! Oh, good Lord, man!" He's like, you can see he's like starting to breathe really heavy.
but he has the coin purse kind of in between his hand and his chest, and he's like clutching his heart with it. Well, you scared the bloody shit out of me. Hey, it's not
That's
good.
pretty good.
Hey,
I like
fuck
it.
you,
Oh,
it's not good.
What?
Wasn't laughing at you.
Take a compliment, you teenage girl.
Yeah,
It's not good.
you girl.
I offer him a chug of my drink. I hold it out to him.
He kind of like does the Dwayne the Rock Johnson, raises his one eyebrow at you and kind of cocks his head to the side, and goes, I'm not going to not accept a free drink. I mean, fuck. And he grabs it and
Can I push the drink so he drinks more of it?
sure, you can tilt it up and he go, ooh, 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 and he's like, but he's keeping pace. He's a hardy dwarf. But yeah, he's down in it. You can see the liquid slide down his gullet, with every sip.
Cool. I'm gonna try to do that so he drinks the entire thing.
Yeah, he drinks the entire thing and he goes, and then wipes his beard, and you can see there's a river of ale flowing down his beard and dripping onto the dirt beneath his feet.
You'd think he'd be American.
I thought it'd be Russian, Dean.
Oh. Is it vodka?
I don't know.
Like, that's a bloody good. Oh, that's British. Fuck. I can't do it. I default into the British every time. That's a bloody good. Fuck! It's fucking British. I can't. That's bloody good ale. He says.
Shite.
Can I roll a perception check to see if he looks like he's gonna pass out or anything?
Sure. Go ahead. This would be more insight as to like his state. Yeah.
14 plus. Yeah, 15.
15. You gather also from Gargle, being around Gargle and seeing him drink. You know that dwarves can hold their alcohol very well. It was some pretty high-end stuff. He's gonna roll a Constitution save to see if he passes out because he's been drinking a lot. No, he does not pass out. It's a 17 plus 4.
Oh my god.
Can I roll another check to see how strong this dwarf looks?
I mean, you don't need to roll a check for that. He is fucking strong. His arms are like the size of Gargle's head. They're huge. He's got full sleeves, tattoos, like I said, on one side. This guy his legs are like tree trunks. He's a massive dwarf.
But I'm tougher than him, right?
So it's gonna be a good kill. I'm gonna usher him to follow me into the bar.
You're just gonna offer to buy him everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the money.
True, I do have the money.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like nods his head a little bit. He's like, oi, yeah, let's drink. And then for all of you Divinity fans, he goes, oh, it smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Oh god, that sentence. that is repeated like every 30 seconds.
Hear ye, Queen Justina executes for insubordination.
Oh my god, I'm just bringing back so many memories.
Oh fuck. Sure. Okay, so you lead him into the restaurant adjacent to the alley that you're in.
Okay.
You guys can go off and start drinking.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy him a shit ton of drinks.
Okay. All right. Trying to get him fucked up. Got it.
Oh yeah.
Get him sauced.
All right. Cool. Let's jump back to
Let's hope you make your money back.
Dio.
Deal.
Yeah. Let's jump back to Dio. All right. So Dio, you are sitting very anxiously in the theater section of the main petting zoo area that this is taking place in. You got here a little earlier to get a great seat, and you've seen over the course of the past 10 or so minutes, a lot of families and various staff that are running the petting zoo have kind of funneled in and various things like that. You grabbed a front row seat to the action, And as you turn around behind you, there is no one directly behind you for like 6 rows. Because you're so tall that everyone wants a good view of the action.
Oh,
So no one is sitting behind you for 6 rows up.
It's
So
like, do
it's
I
all,
smell or
it's all
something?
clear.
I
No,
thought they were trying to stay away from like the ring as far as possible.
no.
Something
There
like
are people
that.
to your left and right, and as the
Splash
tiers go
zone.
up, but directly behind you, there's no one for at least 6 rows up. So kids, and you can see some parents have their kids on their shoulder and stuff. They're all very excited. You are very out of place here. But yeah, it's all good. So you see that a curtain folds down, or kind of collapses in on itself like a theater, and then when it opens up, you see that there's a large, just kind of gathering of various creatures. This is kind of like if you've ever been to a zoo before when they show off a bunch of animals and stuff like that. This is that kind of performance. It's kind of like a show where they show off animals, and you can come up and they'll pass them throughout the crowd and kind of hand them so you can touch them and stuff like that. So they bring out some birds, some like a vulture for you to pet. They bring out a goat that you can pet. Somebody brings they actually have 2 people that carry a large container, a large like basically an aquarium that two people on either side, like if you're doing like a procession for a pharaoh kind of thing, you know, where they have the poles that are on either side and they have 4 people on either side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have that, but that's filled with water, and you can actually see there's a giant lightning eel inside of the water, and you can see it, you know, kind of sparking with electrical energy as it moves around and stuff like that. And all the kids, oh, you know, and some start crying when the bird gets close to them, and you know, you can reach over and console some of the children and stuff like that. And then you hear from the ether, and now for the moment you've all been waiting for, and you're like a drum roll. All the kids are like, yay! You know, they're all like so excited to see everything. And you hear of something approaching as the arena itself physically starts to shake, and the curtains slam together, and there's a complete silence for like 10 seconds. And then as the curtains open, everybody goes as you see a literal full-sized triceratops in front of you. It's being led by a leash by 3 large, burly-looking individuals. One of them is a dragonborn, and the 2 of them are large male figures. They have them basically kind of walking them by the leash. And the person out front is like, and behold, the creature from unknown, you know, it's just kind of advertising, and everybody's like, you know, whispering back and forth and everything like that. This thing is fucking massive. In game, it's huge, but it's easily over 20,000 pounds. It's, you know, got the signature giant horns, you know, in the center and everything like that. It is fucking massive. This is the first time you've ever seen a dinosaur. You didn't even know they existed here in this world, but yeah, it is huge. And so they don't let the kids touch this thing, obviously, but they take like this huge, basically what's a potato sack full of meat, and just throw it in the air, and the triceratops will kind of lift its head up and grab it out of the air, and and everybody cheers.
I don't want to nitpick, but triceratops are herbivores.
This one is not a herbivore.
Actually. Actually.
Well, you know, Levi, it's been a
Turn
real
into
pleasure
my
having
roommate,
you in here.
my
but
old
I'm sorry.
roommate. You guys remember?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
God, I hated him.
You
can I
guys
cast-
you guys pushed him out of here so fast.
As
He
we did.
deserved it too.
Yep. It was Yeti, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this one, I mean, you're familiar with animals. You've never seen an animal like this before, so you're not sure of its dieting habits. As not as Levi, as Dio.
I know.
You're not familiar, but this one does eat meat. Yeah.
Okay. Can I cast detect
Actually.
magic just to see if it's like magical?
Sure. Yeah, you detect magic. You detect magic on the lasso, or the reins, I guess, really is a better term, that they're using to hold the triceratops kind of in place and kind of keep it steady. That is magical in nature, and you sense some people in the crowd have some, you know, magical items on as well. But The creature itself is 100% genuine.
I'm just gonna be in disbelief. I actually do. I'm gonna try and shout towards it. I'm gonna
Okay.
yell. Actually, I forget what how long speak with animals lasts. Let me look that up real quick.
Fox is going on a murdering spree, and Dio's at a fucking petting zoo. This is our campaign. I like it.
Oh, it lasts 10 minutes, but I mean, I can just cast it again.
Sure. Yeah,
So I'm gonna
that's
cast.
fine.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals again and yell, "What's your name, friend?"
The entire arena goes silent as you shout this over the crowd of children, and you hear the announcer goes, "Oh, well, large friend." You know, he's used to talking to children for the most part. He goes, "This creature doesn't have a name. As a matter of fact, we have a raffle for you to name this large creature." And you see a couple of people walk out of the crowd, and they have some small pieces of paper and a quill, and then a bag, kind of like an offering bag if you've ever been to church, which most of you, I guess, have been to church. And they're like, "Please write your suggestions down on the paper, and we will randomly draw the winner later this evening."
Should he not be able to choose his own name?
There are several laughs throughout the crowd, and the Triceratops, although recognizing that you speak with it now, has not acknowledged your presence.
Oh, dang it!
It hears you, but it doesn't acknowledge you. And he the announcer gentleman just goes, "Well, he doesn't get to choose because he can't talk, but you can, and those of you who can write, suggest your name." And he kind of goes on with this spiel.
I'm gonna shout to the Triceratops. What would you like to be named, my friend?
The guy goes, "All right, somebody get this fucking guy out of sir, please have a seat. We don't allow crowd members to shout at the stage. Please, take your seat and write your suggestions." You can kind of see he's like really trying to fake a smile, you know, trying to be happy.
Triceratops doesn't respond.
The Triceratops gives you like a side eye. It recognizes that you're speaking to it. It has not responded to you.
Levi, you're basically the guy who talks at the theater to the movie.
Yep, pretty much.
Don't go in there, lady!
I love how out of place Dio is with this entire thing, because that's basically him all the time.
Yeah, you're like a 7-foot like man-child surrounded by children and their families. Go ahead and roll me an insight check, Dio.
Let's see. Oh, 22.
22. You gather from the interacting with this Triceratops and seeing its behavior and its demeanor. This is a very, very depressed creature. It is not happy to be where
he's
it
gonna
is
free it
right now. It looks like, I mean, you just told it you ran over its dog. Like it's miserable. It has no life to it. It's not excited. It's just like existing. It's eating food that's provided for it, and it's just there. It has no motivation. It's not happy. It's just depressed and sad.
Well, I am going to keep my eye out to where they take it.
Okay.
So, like, when the show's over, I want to watch where it goes.
Okay. Do you suggest a name?
Oh, to the Triceratops?
Do you suggest a name that the pen and quill get brought to you and someone gestures you to write a suggestion down?
Oh, I'm going to write "Free my friend."
Okay.
Please, I'm gonna put a little please.
Okay.
At the end.
The human that's kind of gathering, he's just like a random worker. He's got a big smile on his face and looks it up and goes, "Free my friend, please. Free my friend, please." That's a great name, son. And he puts it in the bag and walks to the kid next to you.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just waiting out until I can see where they're keeping them.
Okay. All right. We will jump back to the fights.
Oh yeah.
All right. You got the two people in line in front of you have stepped down into the arena and they have started fighting. Have you guys done anything in the meantime, in between waiting your turn in line?
I've gotten some peanuts and maybe a drink.
And Cracker Jacks?
Yeah.
You don't care if you ever get back.
Oh. Get that.
I don't get it.
Dean was the only one that
I got
that?
it. No, I got it.
Oh man. Buy you some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if okay.
I
whatever.
learned that from a Scooby Doo movie.
Oh, it's the baseball song.
Yeah, I know.
So no one ever gone to a baseball
I know,
game?
seriously.
No.
Wow.
I've been to
boomers,
one.
Dean.
I had to leave.
Oh.
Anyway, okay. So, what did you do there, Porno? What, peanuts.
I just got peanuts and some maybe some beer.
Okay, peanuts and beer, and you're chilling, cheering on some competitors. Okay. All right.
I'm just drinking my cares away, hanging out with the boys.
Okay. Wrecker, are you doing anything to prepare for this fight?
Is there like a dummy around?
There are a couple of practice dummies. There's what do they call those? Dead bags, I think, or heavy bags, something. Basically, the things that boxers punch. But those are being occupied by people who are much bigger than you are, if you can believe it. There are some weights and stuff like that. You see a couple of people walk over to the weights because it's mandatory. A lot of the time, if Poro discovered this, is if you don't look physically capable to fight, they make you do like a strength contest to make sure that you can stand your own, so people don't just walk in and basically kill themselves. So you see a couple of people are doing that. There's no real training dummies per se. There's just it's kind of like a gym, like a Gold's Gym. A bunch of bros. Smells like sweat and muscle.
I'll play my horn.
Okay. After a few notes, one of the gnomish, a different gnomish person, but still dressed the exact same, walks over and goes, excuse me, please stop that.
You want me to stop
Please stop
playing
that.
my horn?
Please.
You know, I think it's pretty good for all these guys in here. It's like good music to get into shape with.
There is a band playing here. I don't know if I mentioned that. There is music playing. Yeah, you're just playing. I'm sorry. I should have said that. That's my mistake. My bad as a DM. There is music here, just kind of tavern music, you know, enough to get the crowd riled up. Everyone's like, yeah, I hit him, yeah, you know. And there's just bar music in the background, basically.
Well, do you think I could join them?
You're more than welcome to ask. Just please don't play over them.
Well, do you think they let me in?
He turns around and walks away.
All right. Can I go up to them?
Sure.
And like in between songs or something?
Sure. You
I
can
like
approach them
kind
in
of like
between songs.
slide up to the side of the stage or whatever and like,
Hey guys, need someone to play horn?
and I hold up my horn.
You see the lead singer. Oh, excuse me. Is actually a dragonborn woman. She's very, very tall with beautiful like sea green scales.
Calves.
Yeah, she's the most gorgeous dragonborn woman you've ever seen. Her eyelashes extend like a solid 2 inches off of her eyes. She's beautiful for a dragonborn. I mean, it's, you know, you don't see a lot of dragonborn, but her scales are just like unbelievable. And she turns and kind of looks over at you. She's kind of elevated on a stage, so her eyes meet yours, and she goes, "We're not really looking for other players. You play horn?
Yeah. Yes, milady.
Well, please, do play a little ditty for us if you would be so kind."
Oh,
And she kind of bats her
my
eyes.
honor.
All right.
Wrecker blushes real hard and goes to play a little thing.
Roll me a performance check.
All right.
Why do you want to be a musician? I didn't plan for this.
17.
17.
It's his main goal in life.
Yeah, you pull out this song that isn't the same song that you played before, because you're not really perfected at that quite yet. But you do bring out just this absolutely beautiful little trumpet solo from a song that originally has a full ensemble, a full cast, but that you just play the solo for in order to keep it kind of short. And when it's done, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes or something like that, maybe a little less than that. She kind of claps very, very softly, and all the other band members just kind of roll their eyes. She goes, that was awfully impressive. I must say I wasn't expecting that from well, forgive me, from someone that looks like you.
Damn.
That looks like me.
Well, you're a bit and she kind of gives you the up and down.
I know, I'm pretty
Large.
strong.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little. What's the word? Have no money.
She goes, I'll tell you what. If you would like to join us later this evening, we're playing in the band tournament later on. If you would like to show up and watch us play, maybe, and if we advance far enough along, we might ask you to join us, if that would be something that you would enjoy. And she does this, what you gather is a very trademark batting of her very long eyelashes, and you can see her eyes, even though her scales are like a sea green, kind of like I'm trying to find an equivalent color. Sea green, I guess, is really the best. Her eyes are just this deep, brownish, goldish color. The contrast with her scales is just unbelievable. And you gather that when she bats her eyes, that's kind of her trademark kind of flirty thing that she does, because she has really long eyelashes, and so she kind of bats her eyes and then winks at you.
Why, certainly.
I twiddle my thumbs.
What's your name?
You kind of kick a stone. She goes, my name is Callie. Callie was chosen before we started playing Rainbow Six Siege. My name is Callie. Oh. And she turns and gestures towards the band, and she goes, and this is the Elations.
Howdy. My name's Wrecker.
Half the band members acknowledge you, the other half are putting equipment away. They don't, or changing stuff out.
My name's Wrecker.
She steps off the stage, and she's probably a good 6 inches shorter than you. And she goes, it's very nice to meet you, Wrecker. And she extends her hand.
It's nice to meet you too.
When you shake
fuck.
when you shake her hand, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Why?
Roll it.
A dexterity saving throw.
You don't ask questions.
12.
12. As you extend your hand to go to shake, you almost extend it too far and almost accidentally cop a feel before you pull your hand back and then shake.
Oh man.
Bit distracted, were you?
Good save.
Good save.
That could have been bad.
All right. While that's happening, let's really quickly switch over to Fox. What are we doing with Fox?
I've been trying to give this guy drinks.
Okay, I'm
High-class
juggling
drinks.
3 stories here.
I'm sorry.
It's like a
No, it's
movie
okay.
when it keeps changing.
I got a question.
It is. Yeah. Yes. What's your question?
Is it the 27th?
It on the calendar.
Yeah.
It's the first day of the festival.
What day is that?
Do
we not know?
Let me pin the festival. I think I pinned the festival or the calendar. Sorry. Did I? No, I didn't. Where did I post that?
It's pretty far up.
I'm gonna pin that. Oh, here it is. I got it.
I pinned it.
Thank you. So we are on the first day of Autumn's Gauntlet, so the 4th month of Fisseron on the 4th there.
Visceron.
Yep.
That's
So
4th.
you see you see the day is the 27th, so if you scroll down,
You think it was a full
Fisseron-
moon?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
I'll try to keep this updated as well, Ben, so you know when stuff is going to happen. You
Okay.
don't know what happens when there's a full moon, but I'll do my best to keep track of this so you know what's going on.
Okay.
Tax day.
Tax day, yeah, there is a tax day in this world.
Even in fantasy, you can't get away from taxes.
Exactly. Okay, so you're just slobbering this guy up, right, with drinks as much as you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him sloshed.
Okay, you over the course of the next 30 minutes, you probably invest like, how much gold do you have? Because I want to figure that out before
Let me
I
see.
say
Let
how much
me
you spend.
get the calculator because I just spent 50. I have 574 gold.
Okay, so you spend the better part of 270 gold on this dwarf buying drinks between you. You spread it out with people in the bar, and you're kind of celebrating, but you're spending some good money drinking with this guy.
Yeah.
And he eventually looks pretty shit-faced. I'm gonna roll him a con save with disadvantage.
Mhm.
That's a 13 plus 4 and a 3 plus 4.
Okay.
So he fails that. And wait, let me actually check something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll say normally I'm pretty sure drunks can't get dwarved. Dwarves can't get drunk, but we're
That's
just gonna
fair.
say
Yeah.
we're just gonna say it's fine. You've given this guy so many fucking he's drank like 13 whole things of ale.
He only
This
gets drunk.
guy's gone. Yeah. On top of the drinks that he already had beforehand, he is fucking gone. He's stumbling over his words. He's like, I didn't think. He's gone. He's like a little bit of drool comes out of his mouth.
I'm gonna.
I think I need to stop drinking. I think I need to. He's out.
Poor guy. I'm gonna bring him into the alleyway. I'm gonna help him, put him over my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that-
sit
you
him
said
down
that.
behind the dumpster.
You said that so casually.
Because of the implication.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt him.
Just gonna. All right, I'm gonna bring him in the alleyway. My goodness.
And I'm gonna try to kind of sit him down.
Okay, yeah, you slump him against the wall, and he's just he's mumbling a bit some nonsense. You can't really tell what he's trying to say. He's just mumbling nonsense
Okay.
to himself.
Yeah.
Can we say he's mumbling about his children?
No,
Just pretend he has some.
no, he's
It would make
he's,
Levi sad.
the
Yeah.
the pieces of parts that you pick up on. By the way, no one has went to look for Urki, which I find surprising. Not even Gargle. Goes to show what Gargle thinks about Urki, really.
Yep.
No, he's just talking about some. You hear the word wench and fuck and all that.
Yeah. How easy would it be for me to knock him out with my staff if I just fucking slammed it on his head?
So this is a big dwarf. Like this guy's big.
Okay. I'll just wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, he's like, man, he's a big guy. He's hardy. You don't. I mean, obviously, by looking at him, you can't tell his armor class and health points, but he's a big boy.
I'm
Big,
just
big
gonna
boy.
stand over him.
Like a biker, kind of would look. Okay, yeah, you can stand over him. What are you waiting for?
I'm just waiting for him to pass out.
Okay. Takes them the better part of. Well, let's roll another Constitution check for him.
Last thing
Ah,
you
it's
can
not-
see is a blurred vision of Fox.
It's actually not bad. It takes him a while. It looks like he's almost starting to not really sober up, but the hardy dwarven nature of his kind of resolve, he's not getting worse.
Okay. I'm gonna go inside and get one more drink.
Okay. All right.
And
you
buy it. Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna buy it and then come back out. How much?
Okay.
How much would that be? You think?
It's like a gold piece.
Okay. And I'm gonna kind of like egg him on, like, and then pour it down his throat.
Okay. He goes, oh no, no. He tries to resist, but it goes down. He's gonna roll another check. 11 and a 4. And with that, you see him starting to chug it, and then his head starts to like slip to the left, and boom, he just kind of like slumps. You feel kind of his muscles loosen, and he just collapses.
Okay. How many people can see to this alleyway? Is it pretty am I open wide? I mean, I want to be behind like a dumpster if I can, but
yeah. So there aren't really dumpsters. There's like some like metal trash bins that are maybe the size of you. From the main street to this almost sectioned off half portion of this alley, because it continues. There's another alley on the other side of this sort of 10-foot gap in between these buildings. From where you are to the main street, which you see people are walking by at a pretty regular basis.
yeah.
There you go. You gather you're probably anywhere from 20 to 30 feet away.
Okay. That's so stupid. Okay.
I just wonder what Spencer had to Google to find that.
Short muscle dwarf. That's what I Googled.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So I could probably do this and no one would notice, right? Can I stealth?
You
Roll
don't
a
know.
stealth?
Yeah, you don't know. It depends on what you're trying to do, really. I mean,
I'm gonna stick my hands or my feathered fingers on his face and then use inflict wounds.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're trying to do stealth, that's fine. When you stealth and then do something, normally whatever action you try to do, especially if it's an attack, is probably going to break your stealth.
Okay.
You could try rolling a stealth, and maybe if it's high enough, that might kind of offset that. But in normal circumstances, if you go stealth and then you're like, all right, I'm going to shoot my bow and arrow now, like you stand up and shoot the bow and arrow, you
Okay.
break that stealth roll. So.
All right. Well, I wouldn't imagine
but-
inflict wounds is very loud, so I'm just gonna try it.
Okay, roll stealth with advantage, because of your small size.
Where's my thing? Oh shit. 18. 22.
22.
Jeez.
Okay, yeah, you think you're well hidden. You reach over and channel inflict wounds on this dwarf. So since he is unconscious, it automatically hits, and you get a crit for this.
That's double.
So it's double the damage.
Okay.
So you roll your die and then double the number.
All right. Let me.
Just going on a killing spree. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
And
Take
this is a
advantage of
pretty-
the festival,
Taking advantage of the festival. I don't have time to switch back to the here. I'll switch back very quickly. Stop.
48 damage.
Oh,
48 damage. Okay. So you reach down and you channel that inflict wounds. And as the necrotic nature of the spell courses through, using the scroll that you got from
No. That's blight. I'm using inflict wounds.
Okay. So as that dark necrotic energy pours into this dwarven individual, you can see the skin that was once a little bit sweaty but incredibly hardy and very, very muscular just start to wither. You see the moisture get sucked out of the skins. You see the blood that's running through this dwarf's veins start to go purple and then into this like black, thick, like ichor substance as it courses through.
Mhm.
The dwarf, after you cast this, there's a brief second where nothing happens, and then you hear just the most ear-curdling scream as the dwarf wakes up after you're doing this inflict wounds on him, screams, but it sounds distorted. It starts out as a normal scream, like, ah! And then it just morphs into like, like it morphs in just this like disgusting, like sinister scream.
Like his
As,
soul's
like,
getting ripped out.
Yeah, like as the air escapes his lungs, the water is getting like sucked out of his body and everything like that.
Yeah.
As that happens, and they hear screaming. As you're done casting this, you turn around and you see there are a few people that are now looking down the alley and kind of craning their necks down the alley to see what's going on after they've heard a scream.
Okay.
And now it's going to be the dwarf's turn. He is going to shove you off of him. He's going to use half his movement to stand up, and then he is going to try to punch you.
Okay.
That is a 13 plus 4 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a 9 damage. As he goes, "You fucking son of a," and he just impacts you. He hits you like right in the solar plexus, and the air gets like kind of, the air gets knocked out of your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And as he like is takes a second to take stock of himself, he looks down at his arms and the blood in his veins are like turning black. He's like, "The fuck did you do to me?" And he's like really pretty angry. And in the distance you hear, hey, and you hear the very telltale sounds of footsteps running down the alley.
Okay.
Oh.
We will switch back to Dio.
Everyone in the alleyway is about to die.
We switch back to Dio.
Alright.
Dio, what are you doing, bud?
Well, it depends. Have they put up the Triceratops yet?
They have taken it off stage, and the announcer's like, "Oh, thank you everybody for coming," and it's like everybody cheers. I'm assuming you cheer, maybe clap, maybe
Yeah.
you don't, because you're sad about your Triceratops friend.
Yeah, I'm not gonna clap.
You don't clap. You're almost the only one that doesn't clap. All the kids are cheering and everything like that. They close the curtains, and you hear the of the Triceratops kind of being led off in the distance. But the curtain is closed, so you don't see where it goes.
Okay, so how does the layout of the state? Because I understand that it's like the Roman style. With so that curtain, behind that curtain, is there like a large corridor or something that it's being taken to, or does it just lead to the outside?
You just see. Are you trying to like gather what's behind this kind of theater? Is that what you mean? Like what's on the other side of the stage behind everything? Okay. Yeah, it's just it's a small like basically like a back room area where they kind of store the animals and things like that. It's just like a wooden structure behind, and then behind that is just more of the festival. So it's just kind of planted in the center of everything that's going on. And they constructed like a house to put everything, and they can lead things stage left or stage right off, and then put them back in cages or whatever. It's just like a kind of like a house, a little wooden.
Okay.
I don't know. You call that like a green room kind of for animals?
Yeah,
in a way?
yeah.
Yeah, basically that.
Are there any staff still like hanging around?
Sure.
After-
Oh yeah, they're helping kids leave and shit. Telling, "Oh, thank you for coming, and and giving kids high fives. Some there are a couple of staff members that have like a lemur. And some of the kids are lined up around the lemur and petting it, and the staff members just talking about lemurs,
All right, I'm going to leave with the crowd, and I want to sort of see if I can find any other entrances to that house, the wooden structure you were talking about.
Okay. You make your way around it. You exit with the crowd and make your way around the backside there. That section of it, you can see there's just a very rudimentary wooden door that leads into that kind of backspace. You're out in public, obviously. This is like kind of in the center of a little dirt kind of ground. Like there's nothing around you. But there's no one guarding a door or anything like that. You just gather that this is the entrance to where they lead the animals out when they're done with them and everything.
And so there's no way that the Triceratops is not in that.
There's
house.
no way, as far as you gathered with the way that this is structured, there isn't. You don't know. It's large enough to house. It's like almost a story and a half. It's 15 feet tall wooden structure. You gather it's not probably very comfortable if there's a Triceratops in there, but it would fit, physically speaking, a Triceratops if one was going to be in there. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go up towards that door.
Okay.
and I kind of just want to sort of hang out around that area, make it look like I'm doing something. But
Okay.
in reality, I'm waiting for someone to open that door so I can like peek in.
Okay. Yeah, you hang out, and after like 30 seconds, you see two staff workers exit, two that you recognize from the performance that was taking place. They exit, they swing the door open, doesn't seem to be locked or anything, it's just the door. They're kind of engaging in conversation, they kind of laugh, and or, one of them slugs the other in the shoulder, and they just keep walking. But you were trying to look through?
Yeah.
Okay, roll perception.
That's 17.
17. It is pretty dark in there. You gathered that there was a handful of just like low candle light and some torch sconces that were around that area. And what light is being let in from the very rudimentary built structure itself. There, you can see that there are some gaps in the physical wood itself that is letting light in. So you weren't able to make out a lot of very intricate details, like what creatures were where, but you do gather that there are several cages. Some of them are stacked on top of each other, and there's a walkway that leads forward and then off to the right, where you gather the animals are kind of led to be on stage. And you can still hear even without the door open, but especially when the door opens, you hear the sounds of just animals, making noise, monkeys screaming, and birds calling, everything like that. It sounds like a zoo in there.
Did I see any people?
You did not see people, no, outside of the two that came out when you peeked in.
Okay. I'm gonna crack open the door,
Okay.
look around, and if there's no one in there, I'd sneak in there.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Oh God, 3.
3. Okay. you That's the sound the door makes as you open it to its full capacity before you realize I probably didn't need to open it that wide. And as you step in, some of the animals in there start going crazy. They see, a person, and they're, the dogs, the hyenas are barking, the birds are cawing, freaking out, making a ton of noise. They know you're in there.
I'm going to say, is my speak with animals still up?
You
from
can
the-
recast it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
you still have it. It's fine.
I'm gonna say to them, shh, my friends. Please be quiet. I cannot be here right now. But can you tell me where your Triceratops friend is?
Most of them don't stop screaming. You had to say that over top of screaming already, so. But you see that there's a large gorilla actually in one of the cages a little bit down the ways, and that voice connects with you, and you hear,
You're looking for the large one, yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is here.
this way, and you see the gorilla point farther down the hall.
I want to say, thank you, friend. And do I have any herbs in my healer's kit that would be tasty to a gorilla?
You don't know. You've never seen a gorilla before, as far as I know.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, you could roll a nature check maybe and see if you can.
Yeah, I'll try that just to give
Sure,
him
go
something.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, natural 1.
You remember very distinctly, especially in your studies in Sinop, that gorillas, they absolutely love ale. It's their favorite food. Anytime that they can get their hands on ale, they're a happy creature. They love ale. It grows crazy out where they live, so they love ale a lot. It's their
Too
favorite
bad
thing.
I don't have any ale.
I know. Yeah, it's a bummer.
I'm gonna continue on where he pointed to.
As you walk past the cage, he reaches out and grabs your arm. Do you let him?
Yes, I do.
He kind of tugs you down, and ooh, it's strong. You gather he could probably slam your face into this cage, and you probably wouldn't walk out of here alive if you wanted to. And he pulls you in very close and goes, "Save us."
Oh,
And then lets you go.
oh, the Dio arc.
Whisper back in. I will try, friend.
And
will try.
he lets you go and then scoots back to the other corner of the cage.
All right, I'm gonna peek
Aw.
around the corner, make sure that there's no one else.
Roll perception. Do you have dark vision?
I have low light vision.
Okay, that's what I needed.
Spencer pops in. I do.
I've dark vision.
I said it once. Like,
No, you've said it way more times than.
you know what? You're
Alright.
right. I did.
Do I still have to roll perception?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, I got a 7.
Okay, as far as you can tell, the path is clear. Coast is clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue down the hallway.
Okay. You continue down the hall and you make your way to a bit of a larger open section with a massive cage, probably 15 feet tall, 20 foot long, another 20 feet wide, huge. And inside this cage is a very familiar dark brown creature, and you can actually see after you've gotten a chance to kind of get up to it close, it has wounds, dried, scarred wounds all over it. There are spear holes, spear marks, arrow marks that have some recent, some not so recent, have scabbed over. Some of the skin is kind of broken off, and it leaves a bit of a scar. But again, what you do notice is that the horn is not only huge but incredibly beautiful. It's maintained its very stark whiteness compared to all the rest of the brown creature. This sounds terribly racist, but I'm not trying to be. Portion of the creature, and then you can see as well as it's covered in like these very strange kind of I don't know the best way to describe it, like bubbly patterns of like bluish tealish coloring. It's kind of like spots, except if you were to take spots and kind of form them together, it's an incredibly beautiful animal, not only for its size, but for the immensity of it, just how powerful it is. But also, it's just a pretty looking animal.
I want to whisper to him, "I'm here, my friend. I'm here to save you."
It's backed up into the corner, just laying down. It has its paws kind of like rested, kind of like Jedi style, kind of touching its hands, and it has its head rested on its paws, and it doesn't acknowledge you.
I'm gonna look at the cage that it's in.
Okay.
Inspect that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. What are you looking for exactly?
The way that they open it, the
Okay.
mechanism. That
Go ahead and roll investigation.
investigation is that it's intelligence. Right? 16.
16. There is a very clear lock on the front of the cage, facing your direction. It is very, very visibly like a pretty large lock, about the size of your fist, maybe a little bigger than that. And as you're kind of investigating and rooting around and trying to figure out a way to get in, you hear behind you, "Hey, who are you?"
Oh shit!
And we will cut to the fight.
No, damn it!
All right.
Back to you three.
Yeah, go Wrecker. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it his turn then?
It's about to be.
Well, hold on.
All right. Well,
Shit.
are you done talking to those people there, Wrecker?
Yeah, they just tell me where to meet. I'm assuming then, Pat.
Yeah, they'll call your name and you can jump down into the arena and fight.
Okay.
Hang on, I've got to sort through all my shit here. What did I say Callie was?
Dragonborn.
No, that was the singer, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get all my shit straight here. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So they call you down. They say, next up is oh Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. Bootlicker. Buttlicker. Come on down, Buttlicker next. and then
I just kind of
and
sit there.
That's you, right? Wait, no.
They're all waiting for you. They're waiting for you to enter.
Who's butt liquor?
Are we there with him?
The crowd is kind of cheers for a few moments, and then the applause stops, and they're waiting for someone to enter the arena to drop down into the pit.
Are we there with him?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, that's you, buddy. Go on.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm Wrecker.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're Wrecker the butt kicker.
Yeah, I meant to write butt kicker. You know, I'm not too smart.
You wrote down butt liquor.
Liquor.
Go on, bud.
You have 10 seconds to enter the arena, or you forfeit. Butt
Okay, I'm coming.
liquor. Hey, butt liquor. You drop down into the pit, and then you hear, next, fighting Butt Liquor. Is that really your name? I don't care.
No, it's Wrecker.
Edwin Dorse. Edwin Dorse. And you see a small elvish, sorry, not elvish, gnomish, older gentleman, probably in his maybe late 50s, jump down into the pit. And you can see before he jumps in, he has a massive flask. And he just slams the flask on the ground, jumps down into the arena, plants his feet, and he's kind of like waving back and forth. He's kind of pretty soft.
Oh no. Is this?
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Just before this starts, is there anyone around the arena?
Oh,
that
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention they do pat you down with a magical wand, Wrecker. They kind of touch all over you with a magical wand, and they let you in.
They touch you.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Before this starts, is there anyone around there taking bets?
There is, absolutely. Yeah. That's what I was saying is you guys could have placed bets on people this whole time if you wanted to.
I just want to place a bet on this fight.
A bread on this one. You can place a bread on this one if you want.
Yeah, place some bread on it.
I got no money to bet.
Yeah, you're poor.
Poor as fuck.
So I'm gonna go up to a gambler person. I don't know what the words for those people are called. Bookie? Is it a bookie?
Sure. Bookie.
I go up to a bookie. Say, hey, what's the odds in this fight?
He goes, let me see here. They're honestly they're about even. The orange fellow's new around here. We don't really know what he can do, but the rest of it's pretty even.
What about the little guy?
Oh, little one, we're pretty sure he's gonna dominate this one. It's 0.75 back.
Okay. Can I do 25 gold on the little one?
Yep, 25 gold. He swipes like before you barely get the pouch out of your hand, and he swipes it. Name?
Gargle.
Gargle. Next.
Gargle. Come water.
Shut up. All right. Yeah, let's go, Wrecker.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Also, additionally, you did see several druids make their way into the arena as well. So you gather that changing physical changes to your body aren't against the rules here. It's just magic. Just to
Magic
answer that
attack?
question. Huh?
Magic attack. Attacks.
I don't know what you're trying to say. No, magical attacks. No, I'm saying if you are a druid and you can naturally transform into other creatures, that's allowed.
Okay.
Like druids who can change their physical forms. You can't cast a spell on them, but if it alters your physical appearance in some way, that aids you in like hand-to-hand combat. That's allowed. Like if you can somehow make yourself grow larger physically, that's okay, as long as you're not using magic or weapons or something like that.
Ben's gonna go ghost. I'm going ghost. I'm going wolf.
Ghost.
Okay, Wrecker, anything you're gonna do? Anything you want to do before we get started?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Okay. All right. As you jump down into the arena, You see the individual across from you looks completely drunk. Barely even recognizes that they're in an arena, but then all of a sudden kind of straightens their back up, cracks their neck a few times, and then bows at you.
Oh, dear
I need
God.
you to roll initiative.
I know what this is.
That's a 1. So I guess
go for you,
that's,
bounce
that's
off your belly.
actually a 2.
A 2. Okay. All right. The older individual will hold his attack. So he just stands still and waits for you to make the first move.
What are you doing?
You hear as he burps. I didn't have
He's
anything to
damn
burps. Yeah, you hear that.
Go get him, Wrecker. I believe in you.
Go, Wrecker, go!
I'll stand there too. Wrecker's like, what are you? He just kind of looks at him too.
Okay. And so you're passing your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. He stands still. He continues to hold his turn, his action.
This is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There any like rocks around in the arena?
Negative.
What's in the arena?
Just sand.
Pull some poop out of your butthole. Throw it.
Like a monkey.
Hit him with a pocket sand attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
I'm gonna
You
pick
throw
up
it.
some sand in my fist.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna go right here and throw it at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack roll, I guess. And then with that, add your dexterity modifier to that.
4.
4. You see the you scoop up, very obviously scoop up some sand in your hand, and Wrecker tries to pack it like a snowball right in front of this guy, and then throws it at him, and the monk just moves his head out of the way and dodges.
Oh.
He's going to use that. He's going to run up with after you miss that attack. He's going to run up and make. He's going to try to hit you.
Nani?
Nani?
So fast.
So that is a. Okay, so he's actually going to make 2 unarmed strikes against you.
And monks are stupid.
I'm so sorry, Benjamin.
God, is this another fucking natural
It's the
20?
same guy.
One shot.
Oh
Luck.
my God.
Luck.
Same guy.
Natural
Luck.
20 into 17.
I'm calling luck.
Luck. Okay. 13. So
Maybe just hit
that's
another natural 20.
Unlucky.
So both of those are gonna hit. What's your armor class?
15.
15. Both of those hit. So he's gonna do some damage to you, if that's okay with you.
It is not.
So
is
he
not.
does 13 damage, 13 bludgeoning damage to you as he boom boom hits you. One of them impacts your shoulder, and then the other he actually gets down on one knee and hits your shin bone with just like a 1-inch punch, and then stands back up.
13.
13 total. Yep.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. That's his turn. He's gonna stay where he is.
He hit me from 10 feet away.
Oh, I'm sorry. He moved up.
Okay.
He would have moved up to do that. Yeah. Sorry. I said he moved up, but I was looking at his stats page.
Got long arms.
He's the last of them. All right, it is Wrecker's turn.
Now Wrecker's gonna take a beating from that. And he's gonna be a little dazed and confused.
How many hit points does Wrecker have, by the way?
He's got 21 left.
Okay.
Jesus. That's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Man, you have a lot less health than I thought you did.
Yeah.
Unlucky rolls, huh?
I
So-
mean, that natural 20 did not help.
He's gonna start feeling some tingling sensations underneath his skin,
Is
Okay.
he horny?
and he's gonna look down, and there's gonna be like a little. His
Little
arms
tent.
are gonna start growing a little bit more hair, and then
Penis
that's
can be getting a little
that's
harder.
when Wrecker blacks out
Blacks out.
and turns into, you know, a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay,
Is
so
this legal?
I mean, as far, as far as you, you guys saw like in the past, other people using this as other druids and things like that. The only thing that was stopping them from like doing anything magical is like if they were to buff you in some way, like if they were to give you guidance or like magically aid your abilities to hit or something like that. In terms of actually what's it called, like physical adaptations of your personal body, they don't seem to really give a shit about that per se. Okay, so you said you transformed, right?
Yeah, and that's all I can do.
That's all. That's your turn.
It's transformed as an action.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. He is going to run away. He's actually going to back up away from you. And as you go to draw an opportunity attack away, he runs up back off this wall, and he kicks off that wall where you would normally get an opportunity attack. You go to swing, and it just he ducks right underneath it, and runs and does a flying kick right at you. That is a 14 plus 7 to hit.
The fuck?
Ninja.
All right.
Okay. He's gonna do 7 damage to you with that.
What is it? Bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning damage. Yep.
Is that rounded down? I have a resistance to bludgeoning as a werewolf.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 3 damage.
All right.
And then he is going to. Let's see. What is he gonna do? I think that's it. Yeah. I think he'll stop there.
Well, it's time to attack this little bitch. So
Where did my phone go?
can I use my? No, actually, I don't want to do that. Never mind. Oh. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna attack him with a claw.
Okay.
Kidding me. What do I add to this? My strength modifier?
I'm assuming so. Yeah, I don't know.
Strength and proficiency, I guess.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Does 11 hit him?
There you go. 11 does not hit him.
All right. We're gonna make another attack as a bonus action.
Okay. I just wanted you to scale up to him.
Are you kidding me? 11.
11 does not hit. He's going to use his reaction against you, and you go to swipe with both of your claws, both of them, he ducks underneath both of them. He dodges out of the way, and he goes to try using your own momentum. He goes to sweep his leg underneath yours, but you look down just in time and jump over his legs, and you land back down, not hitting you. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna go for another 2 unarmed strikes at you. That is a 15 and a 12.
Both don't hit.
Both don't hit. He's gonna use one of his drunkard's luck to re-roll one of those.
Okay.
Yes, 19 plus 7. So one of them hits you. That does 9 damage to you. As he swings and both of them miss, and as you dodge out of the way of one, and then he goes to reach in to punch your midsection, and you actually grab his arm using his forward momentum, and you kind of look up and smile, and then he uses his other arm to bam hit you right under the chin as you let him go. You know,
So
with your
that's
werewolf form.
6, 5,
What did I say it was?
9.
9. So 9 rounded down would be 5. Right?
Okay. Yep.
4.
Do you
4.
round down?
Yeah,
It'd be
round
4
down.
then.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
4. Yep.
All right. All right, my turn.
Your turn.
All right, we'll go claws attack on him.
Okay.
That's 18.
18. Sorry, let me give this thing to you here. The werewolf. There. So now you have control over the werewolf.
Oh, okay.
I bought a werewolf token, by the way, on Roll20, just so you would have one.
Wow.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yep. So what was it? Sorry, one more time.
18.
18 does hit.
All right, this guy's getting damaged.
Is unarmed attacks like punches and kicks and stuff? Does that count as bludgeoning damage?
It does. Yes.
I'm trying to think how well I do with a pit. I probably
That's
do.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Whoa,
okay.
that's so much. Against the monk dean?
What was your first attack to?
To him?
Yeah, your first damage. What was it? I'm trying
5.
to remember. 5.
That was the first attack.
Oh, that's the first time you hit him?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Oh, what am I looking at? Okay, I'm sorry. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Next up, it's his turn.
Well, I'll attack again.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't know you were going to attack again. Go ahead.
17.
17 hits.
Punch him in the dick, Wrecker! Grab his dick and twist it!
8.
8. Nice. Where's my mouse? Holy shit, there it is. All right. Yeah, as your claws rake across his front midsection, you can see you've torn into some of his robes a little bit, and like he hiccups a little bit, and as he does that, he kind of like hiccups and then like recenters himself, and you can see him take a deep breath, and then stand on. He just like stands still. He kind of makes the fist with the palm motion, and lowers his head for a second. And you're not exactly sure what he's doing until he does boom boom, another 2 super fast attacks, double attacks at you there. That's a 13 plus 7, and then an 8 plus 7. So 27 or 20 and 15, right? 8 plus 7 is 15. Right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So just the one, right?
Just one.
All right. That is 7 damage. Rounded down, that's 3.
Okay.
Yeah, as the first strike misses, he actually uses his forward momentum as he's swinging around to bring his knee up, and he knees you right at the top of the chest. You hear like like a crack of like a bone or rib of some kind into your werewolf form, and then he like lands softly on his feet, and you kind of see a little bit of a smile come out of him. But he's breathing heavier. You can see blood's kind of pouring from his chest.
That smug
Yeah, that
little
smile.
That damn smile.
All right, we'll make 2 more attacks at him.
2 more attacks at him.
Okay, somehow my dice got stuck at a halfway point.
That's cocked. You can reroll.
Okay.
Come
That's
on,
a natural.
What is it?
Natural 1.
Natural 1. So he's going to use his redirect reaction to try to use your momentum against you. That's a 12 plus 7 to hit. Or sorry, yeah, 12 plus 7.
Okay.
And then he's going to use your own momentum against you. As you go to swipe across, he actually grabs your arm, and you switch places with him, like this. And he uses that momentum to hyperextend your elbow, and you hear the cracking of your elbow bones as you cry out in pain as he literally hyperextends your elbow joint using your own momentum and kind of spins you around.
All right.
Is that your go?
Then one more fight.
One more.
All right. That's 22.
22. That hits definitely.
9.
9 damage. Cool. All right. On his turn, you see him take a couple steps backwards, which again, for whatever reason, you're not able to. When he takes the steps backwards, you normally are able. You use that as an advantage to reach out and swipe at somebody. But in this case, you're not really able to do that. He's just too nimble. He's too fast. He backs up and then in a full sprint charges you and goes to spear you. I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Was he just charging head first?
Yeah, he's trying to spear him
Spear me with his head?
with his whole body. Like he takes steps backwards and then runs and tries to tackle you.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sharp boy.
What did you think? He was using his head as a weapon? Like
Yeah,
spear is in like spear you like the wrestling.
Yeah, I thought
Gotcha.
I
Stab
thought it
with
was
the
like
spear.
the Mortal
He pulls out a
Kombat.
spear and stabs you.
Right, Ryzen.
Go ahead. You're just gonna go through him.
Yeah.
Fatality. He's holding like a spleen.
All right. I got 10.
10. He got a 18 plus 5.
What
So
the
you
fuck?
get pushed to here. He lands on top of you. You are knocked prone, which just pretend that's prone. And then he is going to make another 2 unarmed strikes against you while you're prone, so he has advantage.
And man, you're getting your ass kicked.
So that's a 19
Monks,
plus
man.
7 and a. Roll that again because that's cocked. The second one is a 1 and a 7, so that one misses.
Okay.
So that's 5 damage or 6 damage, 3 halved with bludgeoning. Yeah, and
Okay.
as he spears you and it goes on the floor. His first punch it just nails you straight in the jaw. You feel some of the teeth go loose in your werewolf form. Some of them break off and you spit out some broken shards of teeth. And as you go to punch again, you nimbly dodge your head out of the way as his fist just impacts sand. But the blow is so intense that it kicks sand up. It almost looks like somebody shot a bullet into a pile of sand. Just sand goes psss, and just like kicks up in the air. His blows are incredibly strong. But now he is on top of you and you are prone.
So if I get up, that's an action.
Yes. Yep. Getting up would be half your movement, but since he's on top of you, you would have to break what's basically a grapple. So you would have to use your action to break the grapple, and you would do a strength check for him.
All right. Let's do that.
Contested strength. All right.
Strength
Get him,
check.
Wrecker.
Yep.
Grab his dick and
This
twist
would
it.
be. Let me see if you roll a saving throw or a check. Let me see.
Good.
All right, so grapple. Your speed becomes 0. The condition ends if the grapple is incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grapple creature from the reach of the grappling effect. So okay. How do you break? That doesn't tell me how to break grapples.
I thought it was like athletics or something.
No, so it's attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has a disadvantage on dexterity saves. Doesn't say how to break it. Just do contested strength check. So just do D20 and add your strength modifier to it.
18.
18. He rolled a 3. plus 5.
He's
So
got
you're
20
able to-
strength. Holy shit.
Huh?
He's
Yes,
got
he does.
20 strength.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Yep, he is very good at strength and dexterity, and not great at everything else. He breaks. You're able to break the grip that he has on you with your action. You can use half your movement to stand up.
Okay, I do that.
Okay, and then you have basically your movement. Or sorry, you have 15 feet of movement and a bonus action left.
With bonus action, I pick up some sand and throw it at him.
No.
No.
Negative. That would be a whole action. to do that.
Okay. Then I'm done.
Okay. All right.
Can't you attack as a bonus?
No.
Oh.
All right. He's gonna go for another 2 swings at you. That's a 17 plus 7 and a
Okay.
3 plus 7.
Only one.
Alrighty. That is another 6 damage. I've rolled 1 on my d4 every time. So another 3 damage to you. What's record looking like?
He's at a nice 5 health.
Okay.
A nice fresh 5 health.
All right. Cool. That is his turn. He is actually going to use his movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to go all the way back here. Try to get some distance between you.
Well, fuck that.
Get him, Wrecker.
All right. You use all your movement to get up to him.
Yep. And attack twice. That missed.
What is it?
2 plus whatever. All right. 19.
19 hits.
8.
8 damage. Woo. Nice job. All right, both of you are looking like you have seen better days. That's for sure. I don't know where the fuck my phone is, dude. I just had it because I was trying to. Can somebody do 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 for me on a calculator?
What was it?
5
30.
5
8
plus 8 plus 9 plus 8.
Yeah, that's 30.
30? Okay, yeah, he is looking rough. For sure. He's on his last legs. He's going to take this opportunity to...
This is a pretty epic fight.
He is going to try to grapple you again. He's going to try to pin you to the floor.
Okay.
Rape. Just
What I
scream
gotta
out.
roll?
You
Saving
you
throw.
roll contested strength. Yep.
Strength check or
Strength.
saving?
Strength.
Okay.
Strength. This would be a strength save.
Strength save?
Yes.
19.
19. He goes to kick off this back wall and lunges towards you, and he tries to wrap his arms around you. And when he grabs around you, you're able to push your arms out in front of him, in front of where he's about to land. He doesn't fully wrap his arms around you, and you're able to shove him off and make him land right where he was before. He is going to use one of his key points to do some unarmed strikes against you
All right.
as a
So he
bonus
doesn't-
action.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't get me.
No, he does not grapple you. He rolled a 2.
Alrighty.
Also, he rolled a 2 on his first attack, and with the second run, that's a 13 plus 7. And another 6 damage, dude. I've rolled like 4 1s on a d4 in a row, so 5 ones.
All right.
Okay, so it is your turn.
2 attacks coming up.
Come on,
2
Wrecker.
attacks.
Uh-oh.
That's another one.
Okay, he is
your
going to
roll's
use his
20
reaction to redirect the attack. So
God.
use your own momentum against you.
Damn,
That's an
it sucks.
8 plus 7 is 15. Does that hit?
Wait, what?
8 plus 7, does that hit?
15?
No, it does
No.
not.
Okay, roll your second attack. He has a reaction where he can redirect your momentum against you.
All right. 16.
16. That just hits.
All right.
He's looking rough.
Kill him.
5.
5. Not quite enough.
No.
Quite enough. You stab your claws into this guy's shoulder blade, and for the first time ever, he makes a sound. He goes, as you pull the claws out, he kind of like lurches forward with the momentum of you pulling your claws out. And he is like breathing heavy. He's covered in blood. He is not looking happy right now. He's going to do some unarmed strikes against you. That's a 10 plus 7. And
Yeah,
a 2
hits.
plus 7. Okay.
One hits.
That is another 1. So 3 damage. That is
3
like
damage?
6 ones in a row. Yes, 3 damage.
On what die?
Are you still standing?
I am at -1.
Oh no! No!
Wait, no, Dean, didn't you bet against him?
Yes, but I still lose. I was happy either way. I was
To be
like, this is
fair-
a cool fight.
He still had more key points to spend, so if he missed that, he was going to try to finish you off. But with that last punch, bam! It impacts you in your form. Do you change back when you go to 0 hit points?
Yeah, it punched me right back into Wrecker.
Punches you straight back into Wrecker. As you go flying back a 5 feet and land prone on the ground, you kick up a bunch of dust on the ground and everything as Wrecker's unconscious body bounces into the arena, scatters, and lays still unconscious on the floor.
Is the arena quiet?
No, everybody's.
That was a pretty good fight. It wasn't like a one-shot beatdown like they saw the other day.
You did pretty
What
good.
health was he at?
He had 5 left.
Oh,
Oh
Damn.
man, what a fight! What
If I
a
didn't
fight!
miss all my first fucking attacks.
I know if you didn't miss, yeah.
you did good against a monk, though. To be fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a my modified version of a drunken master. The drunken master originally is pretty intense. They're really hard to fight. They have a lot of extra moves, but I scaled him down a little bit.
So what do we do about Record? We go heal him or something?
They drag him out of the arena, and the monk bows to Record's unconscious body, and then pumps his fist in the air, and everybody's cheering, and some people like throw food at him and boo him and stuff like that because they had bets on Record.
Wow.
But yeah, you get carted off to a little healing tent where they are able to stabilize your unconscious body, bring you back to 1 hit point, and
right.
there you'll rest for a bit. Let's jump back to Foxy.
All right.
Foxy, you are in an alley right now. There are 3 individuals that are approaching you from the alley. They're about 40 feet away from you. Well,
Okay.
now closer to like 25 feet away from you,
Okay.
and approaching quickly, going, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm going to quickly cast Blight on the dwarf.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. He is standing now, so this is a magical.
Yeah, he has to
this-
make a Constitution save.
Ooh, he's good at con.
It's a dwarf.
Not when he rolls a natural one.
Man, that was so staticky. It's like
I
like
moved
a
my pop filter for that.
80s radio.
Oh, you see, yeah, wait.
Natural 1. Sad day.
Good day for Tyler.
Good for me.
So that's like double damage, right?
No, it's just normal damage.
Backseat Diabler.
Yeah, nice try.
I'm trying to
We
help you
tried your
out.
campaign.
I'm trying to help you out.
I like shit on it. Oh. 48 damage.
Again.
That's not with advantage, right? That's
No.
not a natural crit. It's
Nope,
not a
it's
crit.
just 8d8.
Just damage.
8d8.
Shit, wait, 8d8. Good lord in heaven. All right.
What?
Is that from the scroll, right? That was the scroll.
Yeah,
you
that's the scroll.
Okay.
Scroll burns up.
That makes, yeah.
Scroll,
So,
yeah.
Man, you
Um,
disintegrated him.
As as these individuals are approaching, trying to shut you down, you see this dwarf is like bouncing on his legs. He's like bouncing back and forth, like ready to fight you. And you pull out the scroll from your pouch, and the whole scroll just shrivels off into ash. And you see this again. It's inflict wounds. Is that what you got, or blight? Blight. I'm sorry.
That was blight. Yeah.
Yeah. So in a very similar necromantic energy that you have seen in other of your spells, this just washes over him completely. If there was any hardiness to this dwarf after what you did to him before, it is completely gone at this point. This is the one that actually actively drains moisture, not just my theater of the mind. Blight actually sucks the moisture from their body. It basically turns them into a raisin. So you see this dwarf's arms that were once like full and thick with hardy muscle, just shrivel into this pathetic, bony skeleton-like entity. The tattoos wither and dry out. And before your eyes, he turns into basically if you were to vacuum seal a human to their skeleton. It's just the skin just evaporates. It's disgusting. It's awful. And as he slumps to the ground, completely dead.
Sweet.
The individuals that are chasing and approaching you go, oh my god. They do.
Oh my god!
And then you hear one scream, help! As that happens, you take time and what are you doing with the body there? They're about 15 feet away from you, trying to investigate what's going on. They are backing up away from you now. They have their hands up, and one of them has ran back down the alley and has called for help.
I'm gonna pull out a knife and chop off his fingers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna write. What? Oh yeah.
No, go ahead. You're good. No. You can chop. He's not. It's fine. You can chop.
Okay. Put those in my bag and then write whatever information I need to write. And then slip into the bar and can I try to stealthily like slip into a crowd.
You can try. You've caused a lot of commotion. So if you're trying to stealth, it's going to be hard for you to stealth. If you're trying to go out the alley that you came in from, there are people there, and obviously the bar is right next to you. I mean, it's going to be hard for you to stealth, is what I mean. Like,
can I just nonchalantly walk through the bar?
You could try, sure, yeah.
Okay.
As you open the door, you swing the door open. The whole bar is silent. As you walk through, people like throw themselves off of the chairs that they're sitting on and scramble on their asses like away from you, trying to keep their distance. As you walk through the bar, you hear shouting in the streets, like, he went into the restaurant, he's in there. Like people are shouting where you are and everything.
Okay.
You make your way to the door, and you see coming maybe another 30 feet down the alleyway. Everybody's kind of like craning their neck and looking down the street. You see about 4 Opal Assembly guards sprinting down full speed towards where the screaming is happening.
Okay. I'm gonna sprint out the door.
Okay.
And run into the crowd.
Time to get the fuck out.
Sprint out the door and run to the crowd. Yeah, sprint out the door and run to the crowd. Absolutely. They're gonna roll perception checks to see if they spot you. That's a natural 20.
Oh my!
He is wearing pink.
Natural 20, 18, 13, 1.
One guy's like,
one guy has no fucking
new.
clue what's going on.
He's new.
Yeah, he's the new guy. His
the
armor
intern.
doesn't fit him.
He's like stumbling.
So with those collective rolls, go ahead and roll a stealth check to see if you're trying to hide from them. And I will give you advantage on this because of your small size. You're trying to get away from the crowd.
Okay.
Keep in mind you are in the middle of the street, so people aren't going to let you blend in with them because they've just seen you suck the life. Well, some of them have seen you suck the life out of a dwarf, so they're not gonna
21.
Help you. 21. Okay. Yeah, you're able to make it your way through the alley. You hear "split up," as it kind of trails off.
Yeah.
They're gonna full dash and chase after you. I'm assuming you're using all your movement to keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay. You start sprinting, and you can hear them behind you. You can hear screams of people as like they're, the guards are like knocking into individuals trying to chase after you. And then the one thing that you do see is you hear, and as you turn around and look, there is a large red streak of smoke that has been launched into the air and is kind of glowing and crackling above.
Oh.
Okay.
You continue to run?
Yeah.
Okay. You have made it into definitely a more populated area, out of the way of people who are don't know what has occurred. You definitely hear the guards coming after you. So go ahead and roll another stealth check, and I'm going to roll for them as well. Oh, really?
How close were we to the bar or the place that we were sleeping?
You're not terribly far. You've made your way. I would say if you want to even remember where the hell you are right now, because you haven't really been keeping tabs on where you're going. You've just been following people. So if you want to try to figure out exactly where you are, I'd say the DC would be pretty high to try to figure that out.
Okay. I rolled a 24.
24? Okay, they rolled a 17 and a 19, so they're keeping pace with you, surprisingly.
Yeah.
You
Except
hear,
that one guy.
Except, yeah, that one guy is gone. He's taking questions from the people at the bar. He can't chase you. He's like the Paul Blart of this situation.
Can he barely see out of his helmet?
Hey, Paul Blart was
gotta
the
keep
hero of
readjusting
the
it.
story.
Yeah, Paul
Not
Blart
in
was a
this story, he's
hero.
not in this story. He's a fucking degenerate in this story.
Don't talk bad about my man Blart.
So yeah, after you see that, go ahead and roll me a bless you. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. A 15.
15. As you turn around in the same direction that you're seeing that red trail of smoke through the air, you see this metal object flying through the air. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it's keeping pace with you and is catching up to you.
Okay.
It's just kind of flying above you. It looks avian in nature, but it shines in the sunlight. So it's not a bird as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So you keep running?
Yeah, is there like any like kind of tent or like a what am I trying to think of? Yeah, is there like any like building I can run to, like a tent with a lot of people?
Roll a perception check. And also, since you've been doing your full dashes, since you're a small creature, you only have 25 feet of movement, which means you're moving 50 feet every turn. They have 30 feet of movement, so they're moving 60 feet every turn. So they're slowly gaining on you.
I rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, yeah, you see that there is a tent with what basically equates to hippies. There's a tent that is like covered in like beautiful, almost like tie-dye formations on them. There are several carpets laid out on the floor and inside the tent. It's a fairly large tent, maybe 15 feet tall. And there are hookahs all over the front entrance, and then inside there's just a constant stream of smoke that's coming out of that area.
Okay. I'm going to drop my bag of holding.
Okay.
In this room, because they seem trustworthy. Like they're not going to do much.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of stick it in a corner. It's got the egg and the Book of Sealing in it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And I'm just going to book it. Just keep going.
Okay. At this point, you hear, for the time it takes for you to run into the tent, set it down, kind of double take, make sure nobody's around it. As you turn and run out of the tent, they're about 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
And gaining fast. They're in full sprint. You see that metal object is now clearer in view. It looks like a metal bird that is flying through the air and is keeping pace with your movement the entire time.
Okay.
So are you going to continue to run?
I'm going to turn back around and run.
Man.
You're gonna what now? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, turn back around and run.
Turn back around and run. I thought you were getting ready to say something. Okay, so yeah, you turn back around and you start running. The guards are like, there, get him, and they start running. You see about 15 feet in front of you. The crowd is starting to part. You're running basically through the middle of the street.
Yeah.
The crowd is, you can see ahead, the heads of people are starting to part in front of you, about 20, 30 feet in front of you.
Okay.
Like people are getting pushed out of the way.
Oh. I'm gonna book it to the left.
Okay, you turn to the left, and to your left there is a small library, a store with a library. The door is open, and inside you can see shelves and shelves of books, and some candles, some incense being lit in the window, and it's got like a glass storefront in it. And you turn and you dart into the bookstore.
Can I try to hide?
Sure, roll a stealth check.
All right. 23.
Okay, 23. Yeah, you're able to hide. You run past several people, and you are able to get. You kind of knock some books. You go into like their back room, basically what is equivalent of the back room, and knock some boxes and things that have books inside of them out of the way, and then you slide them back in front of you, and you wait and hide. And not maybe 4 or 5 seconds later, you hear ching 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 ching. Where'd he go? Where is he? And he's like, oh, he's in there. And they turn and they run, sprint to the back room. And this is a room, a back room that has like that's it. It's just the back room.
Yeah.
They all stop and look around, and one of them leans in. You hear, he's in here. Search it. With that, we're gonna cut to Dio.
All right. So we left off. I heard a shout come from somewhere behind me,
Yes.
I'll be right back.
and I didn't hear them coming.
No, you were very focused on figuring out how this locking mechanism worked. You recognize this as the announcer gentleman, the
Oh,
tall human
shit.
gentleman. And now that you have a better look of him, he has he's very very skinny, bone skinny. Like I'm talking channeling the mantle skinny here. This guy's got not a drop of meat on his body.
You hear that, Ben?
He's got really prominent cheekbones, but the most disgusting part about him is his hair is jet black, and it's just greased backwards. Like he's got really long black hair that he's just greased straight back, like and it kind of falls into a mullet behind him. And he goes, "Hey, what? You? I recognize you. You were that freak in the crowd. Get out of here! This is private property."
Friend, listen to me.
No, you get the fuck out of this tent right now! And he starts walking. He starts walking towards you like aggressively.
It's only him, or did you say there's another person?
It's just him.
Okay. And quick question I meant to ask last time. Since this is the first day of the festival and it goes on for a while, this petting zoo will be here for a couple days, correct?
Yes, this petting zoo will be here for a few days. Yeah, absolutely. The nature of this festival, as you're familiar with, is it's a week-long festival.
Yeah, that's what
The town shuts down for like the first 3 days, completely, like no traffic in or out for the first 3 days, and then after that, stores start to open and it kind of fades into normalcy after a while. But it'll be here for a few days.
Okay. He's coming towards me. He came from around
yeah.
the corner where I entered, right?
Yes.
There's
Same
no
direction.
other exit.
Not that you can see. No, you can take time to look around if you'd like to. But he's walking towards you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, friend. I was just trying to get a better look at the creature."
Yeah, you have to pay extra for that, pal. Get the hell out of here. And he gestures
Alright.
towards the door, and he's like stopped in between you and the door. Or in between you and the way that you came.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna.
You had like 40 minutes to think about
Yeah,
how
no,
you
no,
were
no.
gonna get out of this.
I didn't expect it to be him. Yeah, I'm gonna walk out
Okay.
So when I turn the corner, is he following me as I turn the corner?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's walking you out.
How close is he to me?
5 feet away.
All right, as I turn the corner, the second I'm out of his sight, I want to cast my hidden step, which is a furbolg thing.
Okay.
Makes me invisible for 1 turn. That's 6 seconds, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna turn invisible, and then I'm gonna I'm so big. This will be a little difficult, but I'm going to try to attempt to hang around that corner, and then wait till I can slip past him while I'm still invisible, and make it back into the room with the Triceratops.
Okay. All right. So as you turn the corner, you start making your way. You turn left towards the way that you came in, and as you take a few moments and start to prep your spell, you're boom, ugh, and the sound of a body hitting the floor. And as you turn around, you see this human individual slumped on the floor, with the gorilla grasping this individual's shirt collar and has slammed his head into the bars and knocked him unconscious.
Oh, yes. Oh my god. I'm gonna look at the gorilla. I'm like, friend, you shouldn't have done that.
Move quickly. Go.
I'm gonna go, but as I'm leaving, are all of the cages, do they all have locks on them, or are they just
Yes, all of them have locks.
Check for a key.
Oh yeah. Man, that feels like that's a good idea, but I don't think I would have thought of that. I don't think I can do that since Spencer just gave me the idea.
Sorry.
So, it's fine. I'll just, as I go out, I want to try to see if I can maybe break the lock or break some cage on a couple of the animals to help them get out.
Okay. That's fine. I think roll me an intelligence check, actually, real quick.
All right. Natural 20.
Oh my gosh. You would gather that this individual would probably be in charge, and they would more than likely have the keys on them.
Okay, then I will go for the keys.
Okay. So I'll ask you this: how many creatures do you want to release in this time?
Oh god, you know what? I think Dio is in just the pure adrenaline that's going through him right now. He's going to unlock every cage that he can, starting with the Triceratops.
Oh.
Okay. So how many are you trying to unlock?
What was that?
How many are you trying to unlock?
As many.
How
as
many
you can.
total? Okay.
All
well,
of them.
you want to try to unlock all of them.
Well, I'll start with the Triceratops, and then I'll go for the gorilla.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll do the gorilla first. I'll say.
Okay. So you do the
Thank you,
gorilla
friend.
first.
And then I go back to the Triceratops.
Okay. So you don't know which keys unlock which cages. You have a ring of keys.
Oh yeah.
So you need to figure out which ones go to which. So I need you to roll me, I guess, an investigation check to see if you can figure out which one is for the gorilla.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, not bad. 17.
17. Okay, you are able to find. You kind of examine the lock itself and then flip through, and the third key you find, you try it, insert it, opens the cage. And since your speak with animals is still active, he goes, "Go quickly, go quickly."
I want to
He's,
say,
trying to get you
help.
to go.
I'm going to tell him, help your friends, and then I'm going to dart towards-
How?
free them.
How? It's a gorilla. Break the cage. Oh, yeah. Oh. And
But don't hurt the animals.
He beats his chest a few
Late.
times with a lot of adrenaline.
Kills them
and
all.
He goes to some of the cages with the foxes in them, and he tries to pry the doors open.
All right.
While you're doing that, you want to go over to the Triceratops?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me investigation to figure out which one is the Triceratops.
Oh, please let me get this
Oh
one.
my god, the gorilla with the natural 20 strength check
He picks up the cage.
peels the bars back like they're pool noodles and lets the foxes out.
I got another 17.
17? Okay, yeah, after the first few keys, you insert it, open it up. Seems to be the right one.
Does he have any other chains on him?
He does. Yes, he does have chains on him. He has them wrapped around his neck and his two hind legs.
Okay.
I gave you that without investigation. I was gonna have you roll investigation, but he's big enough. You can see the chains on him.
Yeah. I'm going to like slowly walk towards him while talking to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, "Hello, friend. Do not be
He doesn't
alarmed.
respond.
I'm here to help you." And I want to inch my way towards him. And first, I want to like put my hand on one of his paws.
Okay. You hear.
Is that what?
Like aggressive, like he's as you approach him.
I'm gonna just assure him again, like, "It's okay, friend. Please calm down." And I'm going.
How do you speak my language?
I speak.
He's like breathing like really heavy. You can see even like the dirt and like the dust that is on the bottom of his cage. You can see the dirt being kicked up with every breath as he exhales through his nostrils.
I want to say to him, "I am a man capable of speaking the language of beasts. I am not here to hurt you. I am here to help you."
You just hear heavy, just breathing.
I'm going to slowly walk at like keeping my hand on him to let him know where I am at all times, even if I'm out of his sight. So like a horse.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a horse. Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to the first chain and inspect
Okay.
it for like a lock or anything.
It has a small padlock on it that attaches. So basically, the way this thing is set up is on the neck. All of the chains are run through one U-shaped welded piece. All the chains run through that, and then it's locked with a padlock. So you gather if you unlock this padlock, it lets all of the chains loose, but it won't remove the collars off of him. All the chains run through this one loop in the collar itself.
So the collars are actually like on him without.
The collars
any
are
kind of
on him
clasp.
without anything else. Yes,
Okay.
and then all the chains that attach to
Yeah,
it
they're
are
all
run
looped.
through
Okay.
like a U-shaped welded piece, and all the chains are run through that. And then there's a
Alright.
padlock attaching all those to the bolt.
I'm gonna try to unlock the chains.
Roll an investigation check to see if you can figure out which key it is. Or you can try the other. I mean, you can do whatever. If you want to try to pick the lock, if you want to try to break
Theo
the
doesn't
chains,
have
like it's
the
not. Yeah, it's up to you. I don't want to
I
shoehorn you
rolled
into
an
one
8.
thing. An 8. Yeah, you fumble through a handful of the keys before the he kind of just like shakes his head and kind of nudges you, and it almost picks you up and like lifts you and throws you out of the way. He's like,
Leave me be.
I can help you, friend. Please, just give me a chance. You can leave this place and never come back. Go to where you came from.
do you want to try it? He hasn't speared you yet with his horn, so you can keep trying if you like.
Keep trying to like go for the locks,
You
or
try to do whatever. Yeah, this is your thing. You're running out of time though. You don't have. I mean, you don't know how long he's gonna stay unconscious for. So.
all right. I'm gonna try to unlock the lock again.
Okay.
Please. Ooh, 19.
19. It's easy. It's the same lock that you locked his cage with. And you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And you hear the of all the chains kind of like coming loose. And as they kind of fall limp to the ground, because they were kind of being held taut just by his size, because he's so big, they kind of loosen and fall to the ground. And he seems to be free of his chains, if not for the collars and the leg pieces that are holding him attached.
I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna say, "You are free now, friend. Please, leave this place. We seek to hurt you."
There's an uncomfortable pause. And he realizes that you're probably being genuine and goes to stand up and instinctively stands up at only half his height because that's what he's used to. He's been only able to stand up to half his height before because the chains are so small. But then he realizes he can go further than that. And when he does, he goes and stands to his full height and bam, smacks up through the ceiling of the wooden section. Wood splinters fly everywhere onto the floor as you hear, ah! as people scream as half of a Triceratops, the back portion basically breaks out of this cage and stands to its full height.
What? All right. I'm gonna leave. I'm
Okay.
gonna get out of there.
You turn around and you run. You run past the gorilla. The gorilla is now trying to force the cages open on some like wild hogs. It looks like, and you can hear pig noises. Tyler, can I get some pig noises in the chat, please?
Careful.
I don't have the voice I used to, boys. I am old.
Oh
Anyway,
my
You're
gosh,
dying.
that was awesome.
Jesus.
You hear
Pig squealing.
coming from the cage. Oh, I'm crying. As the
It's all inhale, by the way.
yeah, the gorilla is trying to force the cages manually using his own strength. You see, he's been able to pry like 3 of the cages open just with his pure strength, but it's taking a toll on him, and he's not able to pull these apart.
I'm gonna, before I leave, I'm gonna say, do you know how to use these? And I show the keys to him.
He goes, no. It's a gorilla.
Yeah, well, gorillas can be.
Ask him to
pretty
join us.
Yeah.
You probably will.
Awesome.
You know what? Do you want to follow me?
Nah.
Do you want to stay here, friend?
Must save. He tries to pull them apart now, and he gets some progress. He makes some progress on these.
Best of luck, friend. And I turn and leave.
As you turn and leave, you pivot yourself. You pivot your head, and you turn around, and you see a full-fledged Triceratops head emerging from the roof of this makeshift structure that was just thrown together last minute. And it uses its horns to just knock one section out of the cages that it's standing in, and you see like the metal part, because the roof of the cage itself, the metal part, just pieces and poles fly everywhere as it's breaking out. And then it turns and takes a few steps back and charges full speed into the side of the cage, bends the metal of the cage forward, and explodes out the side of this makeshift building.
Yes.
People scream. Children are crying. Parents are grabbing their kids and running away. And as this Triceratops lumbers out of its cage, it kind of steps over the warped and metal parts of its cage. You hear just deafeningly as it just screams at the top of its lungs. Deafeningly, you have to cover your ears. It's very, very slowly starts walking just randomly through the town as it's trying to find its way out. But you have freed, for the time being, this massive Triceratops.
Dio doesn't realize that might not go as well as he hoped it to, but
We will now switch back to the fighting arena. Wrecker, you are stable and basically what is just the equivalent of a medical tent. There's a very pretty, relatively pretty looking nurse that's looking over you. She's got long brunette hair, brown eyes, and she's like slowly dabbing your forehead and kind of wiping the sweat off and making sure you're stable.
Did I win? All right.
Are you asking the nurse?
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
there.
sorry. Oh, I thought you guys could be back there with him if you wanted.
Okay.
They're his support.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll work our way back there with him. But I didn't know. Do you want to ask the cute nurse lady, or
You can ask the cute nurse. She kind of goes, no, sweetie, you didn't win.
Oh.
But good job. And she kind of like slowly dabs your forehead with a wet sponge, just tending to you.
I'm picturing like Nurse Joy.
Yeah, I am too. I don't know why.
Yeah, but brunette, sure. Yeah.
Pat and his brunette fetish.
Yeah.
When did I have a brunette fetish?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made it up.
He does.
You can definitely
hey.
tell.
Really?
I like pretty dark-haired women
Yep.
and breakfast food. That's,
Yep, that you said that was on your bio.
yes.
You're-
So
you're
anyway,
You're right,
Basically,
Tyler.
you guys make your way back to your unconscious, now stable friend who is just taking the beating of a lifetime.
Oh, hey, good job, Wrecker. You put in a fight though.
I did?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
do
you
you
kicked his
remember?
ass.
No.
It was real close.
He punched me and I just thought well, I can't remember after that.
Well, you turned into a werewolf.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know you're all hairy?
Well,
Well,
more
I
than
can
usual.
see- Oh. More th- Oh, where? Me?
You.
Oh man.
I turned me?
Yep, you.
What? You turned into a werewolf.
Have I done this before?
Oh, a couple times.
I don't think
You
Poirot
guys
knows.
never told me.
I thought you knew.
Well, I've only seen it once, but it's pretty badass.
How long have I been doing it?
Oh. Oh. Ever since Jonathan, mainly.
Jonathan?
PTSD. Like flashbacks.
The Vietnam flashbacks
Yeah.
of him just pounding into Jonathan.
Like what Pat said, there's like a buzz in the back of my head.
Yeah, there's like you try to reach me. You recognize the name Jonathan. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, Wrecker.
3.
Oh my god.
You hear that name. And you hear that name, and there's a piece of you that's like, I know that name, but when you try to reach for the memory, it's almost like trying to reach your hand into like a static TV. Like it's just fuzzy. You can't grab a hold of what that memory looks like. You can't remember, but it's like right there. It sounds so familiar, but you just can't seem to place it.
Every time you roll to see if you remember Jonathan,
I know,
it's
always low.
shitty.
It's always bad. It's kind of great.
It's okay. It's not important. But what is important is you put up a fight. The people cheered. There were people who bet on you.
Well, I think it's pretty important, Gargle, that I changed into a werewolf.
Hey man, I think it's pretty badass. Can you teach me how to do that?
I don't know how I did that.
Well,
I don't remember doing that when I was back at home.
Do you remember home?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You can't remember 10 minutes ago. You can remember home though?
It's my home.
You can always remember home.
I don't know where it is in relation to this area.
Relation, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big word.
That's a pretty big word for a 3 intelligence record.
The nurse sees you like struggling. She goes, "Shh, sweetie, shh. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy."
Hey man, you should be focusing on me.
She kind of looks at you and gives you like an up and down look and goes, "Okay."
Wow.
Oh, okay.
She gets done dabbing your forehead and then exits and leaves you two in the tent by yourself.
Thank
Or, like,
you,
the little medical area.
lady.
Like you better when you exit.
She turns and looks at Wrecker and just kind of like gives you a nod and a wink. And then as you say that, Poro, she turns and looks at you and goes at your feet and then walks out.
She just spat at you.
Damn, she likes me.
Hey, lady, watch this.
She's gone.
Okay, I was gonna punch him.
She parted the curtain and walked out.
You can still punch me.
You should, yeah, definitely
Yeah,
should
I'll
still punch him.
still punch him just because I think she's still watching.
Okay. Do you allow him to punch you?
No.
Okay, so roll an attack.
16.
Okay. Does that
Shield.
Beat your AC.
Oh,
Shield.
Wait, no, I don't have it. Never mind.
bam, sucker punch. Roll a d4 and add your strength.
A
Me
D4
or
is only
Spencer?
for monks.
Oh,
It's
are you
one.
sure?
Yeah, 1 plus your dex or strength. I mean.
Oh, 1 plus your strength. Okay, so yeah, do that.
1 plus my strength.
Yeah,
Strength
modifier.
modifier.
4 damage.
4.
You could have taken less than 4 there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Backseat DM to your disadvantage.
Ooh,
Hey man, I try to play straight.
Okay, I respect
Okay.
it.
fucking
Well-
cringe.
Well, hey, you take some time, rest up here, Wrecker. You know, you
I
took some.
punch him. Yeah, I punch him and look toward the door.
Did you see that?
Oh my.
She is lost in a sea of people.
Oh, Wrecker.
Well,
Sorry.
something that does happen is you see 2 of the larger kind of security individuals are now dragging a unconscious large fighter-looking individual. He looks like maybe a little bit of half-orc in him, but more human, being dragged towards your tent or your medical area.
Oh, here comes another.
What's this guy's name? The guards.
Oh, one of the guards goes, I don't keep track of their names, man. Get out of here. Scatter.
What?
He's talking to Wrecker.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah, you're healed. Go. Get out. Come on. We got people to take care of.
No. I'm still hurt.
yo, my friend's hurt real bad. All right.
Hey, you signed the contract. You agreed to scatter when you get healed up. You're stabilized. Move the fuck out of the way.
Damn,
Did
you're
you
an
read that
ass.
paper,
You,
Poro?
you did sign the contract, to be fair.
Did you read the paper, Poro?
No. But I'm sure it doesn't. You know what? Let's go. Let's blow this joint.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I help Wrecker walk.
Okay. You guys, as you guys kind of stand up and you have one arm over Poro's shoulder, and Gargle tries to help, but he's not quite tall enough to really lend a very supportive hand, so he just kind of lets you walk out.
And I'm not really
and as-
strong enough to help him too much.
Yeah, it's mostly Wrecker doing it on his own, really. To be fair.
Yeah.
As you go ahead,
Oh,
Gargle.
I was gonna say, I was like, I gotta stop by the bookie on the way out of this area if we're heading back to like the room or something to crash.
Why? Oh yeah, you
So
made
I
profit,
wanna,
didn't you?
I want to bet.
Yep. So
I'm not gonna tell them about it, but I'm gonna be like,
you make like 13 gold.
yeah.
Yep.
25.
So on your way out, you see running towards you, a very familiar gnome. Gargle, gargle, gargle! Hey, come here, quick!
Oh gosh, Erky,
Erky, it's been
Erky.
so long.
where have you been?
Damn it.
Gargle, come quick! You gotta come quick! It's Fox. He's in trouble.
Oh God, what else is new?
Ironic.
Oh,
He's trying to save
ironic.
us.
All right, come on, guys, we gotta go save our bird.
You're still gonna kill him after this too.
I just grab him by the throat.
There he is.
He leads you outside, and right before your eyes, actually, as you exit the door, off to your left, you see a large, like, probably 10 Opal Assembly guards. And through the cracks as they're walking, you see one of them, the largest of them, basically the Sandor Clegane, if you're Game of Thrones fans, of the Opal Assembly, is carrying a dark, bird-like creature inside of a cage. That bird-like creature is not
Steal it.
conscious, as far as you can tell. They are not conscious. They are not breathing. They are just walking with this bird inside of this cage, and they're making their way down the street.
How far away are we from that?
You're probably 30 feet, maybe, from that. You can just barely make out details.
And
All right, Poro. Are you still wearing your disguise?
yeah, make sure I got my disguise on, which I do. I never took. I
You may
haven't
have
taken
to
it off.
talk our bird friend out of it.
Oh, I'm not a good talker, but I'll go try.
All right, let's go, guys.
I want to get closer to see if it's see if that's Fox.
Okay. You can
Maybe
try to.
15 feet maybe away.
Okay. Roll perception
Oh,
then
shit.
from 15 feet away.
Oh man, this is funny.
Uh,
Wait, while he's doing that, can I talk to Erky?
11.
Sure. You just see a black avian creature in a cage.
I don't see his robe.
You would
Naked.
see. You just see black. You see black and feathers. Keep in mind, if this creature is surrounded by Opal Assembly guards on all sides, they're making a circle around him and walking in unison together, like in formation, with the guy in the center with the bird cage. You know, so they're like, it's like a phalanx, but with the bird in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Erky, what happened to him? Do you know?
Listen, Gargle, I think he killed somebody. Like, really
Nani?
seriously killed someone.
Again?
Like an innocent person. Like, I didn't see it. I didn't hear the whole story. I came running the second I heard, but he murdered someone.
All right, slow down, slow down. Tell me what you heard.
Okay, all I know is that he used magic on somebody and killed them, and he tried to run from the guards, and they caught up to him. I think they killed him.
Wait, the guards killed Fox?
I think they did. He didn't look like he was moving.
Well,
Wait, you
definitely sounds like Fox that he would kill somebody with magic.
Well, did you see the guards kill him?
No, I didn't see any of it. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll figure this out. Should we go ask them?
No,
surely
They're moving in formation away from you. They're
No,
probably
that's-
another 40 feet away from you.
You don't want to
never
talk
mind
to
that.
those guys. They're assholes.
Should we follow them?
Yeah, let's follow them.
All right. We're just gonna follow them.
All right, you guys follow them. It takes the better part of 15 minutes. You guys are good with following them for that amount of time, or did you want to do something before then?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so you follow them. If you want to reference the map, if you want to go to the Stories of the Ancient Text chat, they make their way up through this section of the promenade. If you guys are following, this is the main street that all of the goods and stuff are on. The fighting pit is right here.
Mm-hmm.
So they were about here when you came out, and they have made their way in formation all the way up this street into this section, where the shimmer.
And it's into their big Opal Assembly building, like their main.
You follow them up to where there is a large wooden and steel gate that closes this part of the city, basically right here on the map, if you're following along. That opens up, but there's a smaller door that's, if you picture... did any of you guys play Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts 2?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Okay. So picture a doggy door. So there's the larger door, and then there's a smaller door underneath that for people. They enter through a smaller door that has 2 Opal Assembly guards flanking it. They walk up, and obviously there's like 15 of them. So they approach the 2 guards that are flanking, reach over and open the door. In single file, they enter through that space, and then the guards close the door behind them.
Oh,
And that's it.
shit.
You don't see Foxy from that point.
Yeah. Let's cut our losses. Foxy is he's dead and gone. I say we
wait.
leave him.
Wait,
are
how
not
do you
getting
know?
That's bird friend. We can't do that.
There's no harm in asking. If you don't want to ask, I'll just go up and ask. Okay?
All right, bro. Ask. I'm gonna start walking away real quick.
Meanwhile, I chug my flagon since I'm still carrying that around, of course. Chug the rest of it just because I was like, I'm preparing for this, just in
Okay.
case. And I go up and just kindly talk to the guards. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, you approach one of the guards. He's in full regalia, full Opal Assembly regalia, full face mask covering. All you can see is his eyes. And again, the eyes, like even just the eyes, are like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen because all the Opal Assembly guards are just gorgeous. And he kind of turns down and goes, "What do you want, dwarf?"
I just had a quick question, if it's all right.
I'm still standing here.
The bird that have you heard about the bird that they caught that was supposedly murdered somebody?
He breaks his eye contact with you and then continues to stare straight ahead, like at attention. He goes, "Are you talking about the bird that just walked through here? Cause yeah, I saw the bird."
Okay, well, do you know if they killed it, or was it still alive when it was brought in?
He kind of lets out a sigh that you can hear through the mask, and he actually lowers his physical head this time down at you and goes, "Does it look like I have any idea how that thing got in that cage?"
Oh well, is there a way
No,
I could talk to
I
someone who
don't.
does?
He sighs again and goes, "Put in a request with the city. I don't deal with that kind of thing." And he stands back up at attention.
Where would I do that?
He doesn't respond.
I thought you guys were here to protect and serve.
He without looking ahead or without looking at you, he goes, "That's what I'm doing."
Well, I need service.
He doesn't respond.
Sassy dwarf.
I don't care if you need serviced. Go to the block for that. No.
Gosh, not that kind of service.
While you guys are doing this, Poro,
Yeah.
roll me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Big money. Oh shit, that is big money. 19.
19. Okay. You hear, as you're walking back down the street, you hear what sounds like a bar fight, basically. Beer and glasses clatter. Well, not beer clattering. Glasses full of beer clattering together. Tables getting knocked over. The distinct sound of like chairs being like pushed backwards. Like people standing up really fast. And you hear scuffles and shouting and everything. And then through all the commotion, you hear
Explosion.
and then silence. Sounds like an explosion. And as you turn, it's coming from the direction of a bar off to your left.
So it'd be like around here somewhere?
Yep. Yeah, right around that little nook. Actually, we can even say that little nook is like a little patio area for the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Very incredibly loud explosion. Deafeningly loud.
Well, I guess I'll get closer to it. How far away am I?
You're within 10 feet of the door.
Oh, okay. I'll just peek inside.
Okay. You walk over to the door and you creak it open, and what you see is the equivalent of someone like let a tornado out of a bottle in this room. There's glass shards everywhere. There's tables that are splintered and sundered, chairs that are missing legs. The mirror on the back wall is destroyed. The piano, the self-playing piano, which was playing magically, and you actually heard the music as you were walking this direction, but as you turned around and you peeked in through the door, the piano is like almost splintered in half. It's like somebody karate chopped the center of the thing. And on top of the piano, you actually see an unconscious dwarven individual who's like kind of sitting like with his arms kind of braced up against the half broken, or the fully broken really, but split in half piano. Everywhere else you see are either patrons trembling, bar people trembling in fear, or unconscious patrons. The one thing that you do see is a just rancid, horrible, disgusting looking rat creature standing in the center of this chaos.
You're killing
And
your
in
character.
his hand is a giant metal and wooden contraption with a huge gaping hole out of the front and smoke pouring out of it. And as you look up, you can see there are wood directly above it. The wood directly above it is splintered and sundered, and actually some of it goes through, and you can see light pouring down from the holes in the ceiling going up to the second floor. And that's what you see.
Huh. Does anybody look dead?
Nobody looks dead, and most of them look breathing, or just cowering in fear. Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for a drink. I go up to the bartender.
So you very, very awkwardly make your way through this space and you walk past this rat creature.
Hey, bud, want a drink?
Oh, you cunt! I just wanted to touch her tit.
Could have killed.
A little bit of spit comes out of his mouth. Kind of.
The breath coming out of this creature is unbearable.
Oh, that's okay. That's
She had a nice rack.
which one?
He points at. Is there? Can I add a little bit of flair here,
Yeah,
Pat?
go do it.
He points at a cowering waitress in the corner who's got huge boobs.
That was actually the first thing that Poro saw when he peeked through
Oh,
and
okay.
then examined the rest of the room. Yeah, the first thing he landed on was the waitress with huge tits.
Hey,
Like,
huge tits. Want to have a drink with us?
He sits down next to Poro and he grabs a mug and slides it over and slams it on the table.
More drink, bitch.
The bar keep himself. You can actually see he is cowered underneath the table, and as he kind of puts his hand on his side of the bar and slowly rises himself up, and you can see he is physically violently shaking.
I put down 5 gold on the counter.
Don't worry, it wasn't supposed to go off.
He slowly reaches for the gold and like swipes it like really fast, and he turns around, reaches behind him, and just grabs a whole bottle of whatever he just didn't give a shit what it was, and set it on the table, and then slowly backed away from you two.
I pour this little rat thing a drink, and then myself a drink.
Okay, you do so.
He downs it in like one thing.
I pour another one. Damn, dude. Is that Big TD coming over, or is she still in the corner?
Nope. She is. She has slowly started to make her way upstairs.
Oh, okay.
He leans over to Poro.
I slapped her ass.
Nice, dude. How was it?
It was good.
You posted that in bot spam. I didn't think.
Oh, my
so
bad.
I reposted it.
Bot spam.
are we? So I guess, is the rest of the party following, or I guess we'll probably
It's up to
come
you.
once we hear the commotion or notice that Poro's gone. I guess we'll go into your area, I guess, or into the tavern.
So, what was that explosion?
He kind of nudges his head in the direction of his gun,
Is this?
Oh,
and he just
damn.
keeps drinking.
What is that?
It's my blunderbuss, you cunt.
Can I hold it?
No.
Oh.
And he
Fine.
spits on you,
Hey.
on your shoulder.
God, that
It's
stinks.
like green. It's like green.
Oh, God, that is nasty.
Phlegm and everything.
Yeah, it's phlegm in it.
All right. Me, Erky, and Wrecker are going to poke around the corner of the front of the tavern, looking for where Poro went.
Okay.
And we'll
Well, I'm
notice
s-
him. You're here with us. Wait, what?
We're not trying to, peek inside the barracks or whatever.
Well, we looked. He won't let us in. We'd have to go to the.
I
city
imagine that place is kind of like, if you guys have, like Spencer's seen it though, the jail in One Piece.
There's impel down.
Yeah, I imagine it like that. Pretty much impenetrable.
Yeah, and he said we'll have to check with like the city office. Which I have no clue where that would be, but we're just let's.
You do know, Gargle. You gathered that that's in High Point.
Okay.
The offices of like the city would be in High Point.
Okay.
So,
Also, that's where Tychus would be as well.
Ooh, I don't like him. But he doesn't like us.
oh, he hates me.
I don't think he's.
Wait,
one
you're
of
not here.
us.
So, what are you doing in here, slapping asses?
I'm just drinking. I don't even know how I got here.
Oh.
You?
Okay. Oh, I'm here with a couple of my friends. We're here for the festival.
Ah. Festival.
As you guys are having this conversation, the dwarf that was sundered across the piano, you hear start to go, "Oh, fucking shite," and he's like starting to rouse from his unconsciousness.
I pour rat guy a little more drink. Hey, so what's your name?
My voice would be lower, but I'm kind of sick, so I can only go. But so if the voice will probably be different next time we do it. But
My name's Scotch.
Sketch.
Scotch.
Damn, that's a cool
thought-
name.
What's your name, bitch?
Well, it's Poro. You can call me Porno, like everybody else.
I'm gonna call you cunt.
That's good too. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty much what we call him anyway.
Oi.
Yeah, yeah. So, did you guys come in yet?
Yeah, we're kind of poking our heads around. I'll go first and be like, Poor, where'd you go? What the?
Oh.
What happened in here?
Hey,
Yeah,
Gargle.
you come across the scene of just absolute destruction, Gargle. This bar has been, it's probably under thousands of gold worth of damage in this place.
Something explode in here? And it smell. What's that smell?
I think this guy hasn't wiped his ass in a year.
Guy. That's
It's
not a
been at least
guy.
10.
You're a guy. That's a thing.
Hey, this is Sketch.
Scratch?
Sketch.
Scratch.
No, Sketch.
Snatch.
he burps in your face.
Take
In
one
whose face?
damage.
And whose?
Gargle.
Gargle, roll me a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Oh my God. With advantage?
With advantage, because you're a dwarf.
11 and 12. Damn.
Okay. You dry heave. Based on the smell. You feel a little bit of something come up from under your system, and it just gives you a headache, and you just dry heave a little bit.
Oh, what crawled in your mouth and died?
The drink, bitch.
Smells like that is not drink. It's something else.
Yeah, it's pretty
Is there
rotten,
something
right?
alive in you?
He just takes another drink.
So, Fox is basically dead, guys. We won't be able to get him out of that prison.
What? What? No, we'll go get him. Hey, Scratch here can help, right?
No.
What are you
No.
doing? What are you doing here?
Me?
What?
Me?
Yeah, you. What are you doing here?
Drinking.
Makes sense. By the way, where's your eye? You're missing one.
I do not know.
What?
Did you
I
lose
don't
it?
know. Yeah?
It just kind of fell out.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
pour him a drink.
All right.
Oi.
Well, we're gonna go to the city offices and figure out if our bird friend is still alive or dead.
Well, we can't really call him a bird friend. He kind of seems like an enemy of the state right now.
Well, so are
Kind
you.
of like me, yeah. So I probably shouldn't go either.
Well, then we shouldn't call you friend either.
Okay.
You're all right.
Oh, thanks, bud. Oh God.
Wait. So what does Wrecker think about this whole situation?
I'm just standing outside the bar kicking dirt.
Oh.
Wrecker, get in here.
Wrecker, come here.
I need you to see something.
What is it?
Rat.
Wrecker, as you are standing outside, the ground beneath your feet starts to shake a little bit, and off in the distance, you hear the telltale signs of screaming, of chaos,
Oh shit.
and slower and slower, or more and more as the trembling underneath your feet, you start to hear.
Just 1 second, guys.
And turning the corner, you see people like out of a Godzilla movie fleeing to the corners of the street as this massive, at least 15-foot tall, horned animal is sprinting almost full speed down the streets directly towards the gate on that side of the right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's coming directly towards us.
Yes.
So wait, where was the petting zoo?
It was around, I'd say like here-ish.
Oh, so he's made some
Damn.
progress.
Yep.
Do we feel
What are
the
you doing, Riker?
vibrations?
You would at this point as it gets closer, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I throw my head in.
guys, you need to come look at this.
I'm gonna poke my head out of the door.
It gets to outside of the door where you basically feel just a rush of wind as if somebody, I don't even know, turned a fan on high right in front of your face as this massive blur of a brown creature sprints past you, buries its massive horn into the gate of the city walls of Hearth, rips its head side to side, and just tears the entire gate completely asunder.
Damn.
The guards scream and all draw their swords and go to cut into the creature, and you can see a few make purchase. They find purchase in the creature. As it screams, it breaks through the door with a large, like 5x5 section of the door still attached and speared into its horn. It sprints out of this way into the distance, and you hear you feel the shaking of the ground start to slowly fade away as you hear just the chaos of guards. It's just, oh shit, go, go, and you hear just the clanging of metal as they try to chase after.
Oh
That's
shit,
That's where they
boys.
took Fox through that gate, right? Or was it? not?
Yeah.
That was, but yeah, through a smaller like door within the door, basically.
I'm gonna guess
that led to a
there's
separate part.
more guards out there now.
we can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there are.
oh yeah. This is the guards' post right here. This is where the guards hang out.
Oh, okay.
So it ran basically through the guards section on the street and is just running out into the fields outside of Hearth.
Yeah, Fox
doomed.
is fucked. I just
we
go
might
back
be
to
able-
drinking my sorrows away.
He is fucked.
Yeah, that's right, bud. I pour him a drink.
I
At
pour
this
him a
point,
drink. You.
The barkeep, you guys have overstayed your tab by so much, but the barkeep is so afraid of you two that he's just letting it go. He doesn't want to say anything.
What the hell is going on?
I have
What's
no
that?
idea.
Let's cheers to it.
Cheers.
I'll cheers to that.
Yep. Cheers, bro.
And I look at Sketch here, and I say, was this your doing too?
It was kind of an accident.
What was that? And I point at all the destruction and the creature that ran by. What? You do that?
The creature.
Yeah, the creature that ran by.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. This
Damn.
is
No.
I wonder where that
just
came
odd.
from. Like, what the hell
God.
was it?
Uh,
You ever see anything like that, Sketch?
I don't think so, but I can't see very well.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got one eye. I forgot.
Yeah.
I give him. I pour him like a little drink.
Mm.
By the way-
You hear very meekly from behind the bar. You hear, that'll be 2 gold, please.
I give him 3.
Just like whispered. You don't see any person. You just see a hand reach up, grab the gold, and then slide it off the counter and say, "Thank you."
Yeah, no
Sketch
problem.
didn't even pay attention. He just kept drinking.
Man, it's I'm glad I met you, Sketch.
I'm glad I met you, cunt.
I'd give you a hug if I wouldn't vomit all over the place.
Yeah.
What's that thing on your back?
It's my trusty gold.
And then he puts it down on the ground, like below his chair, because he's sitting on a stool, and he rips off the cork. And I would imagine the stench would be really bad because it's like all types of mixed alcohol. And he pours the rest of his mug into it, and then puts the cork back on.
Oh, it smells like paint thinner.
Wow,
It's me drink.
that smells like absolute death right there.
No, I can't smell it.
Smells like someone took a dump in there and then poured gasoline on it.
I don't have very good sense of smell either.
Yeah,
And I can't hear very well.
huh.
What can you do well?
I can fight, kind of.
He can drink.
I can drink.
Yeah, he didn't say the fight part.
I can drink.
Oh. What? Wait,
Cheers
how
to that,
good? How good at drinking are you?
But I'm drunk all the time.
Well, you think you could win a contest, a drinking contest? 'Cause we can make some gold off of you, sir.
I don't know. How would that work, Pat?
I don't know. We'd have to think about that. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, actually, I think there is a point where he passes out.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
sure
he has passed out.
He has a tolerance. Yeah.
Yeah. We could just say I roll that shit with advantage.
You hear from the background. Did you escape from the petting zoo too, my friend?
Do we turn and
fuck?
see Dio standing in the doorway?
Yeah, I'm in the
He
doorway.
turns around and hisses.
Whoa, whoa, sketch. It's okay. He's
Dio.
Dio.
Hello,
Dio, what are
friends.
you, what are you
The fuck
doing?
is that thing?
What are you doing over here?
I was I made a visit to the petting zoo, and I believe I did a good thing. And I just like smile and stand up.
that
and
that
walk
dinosaur's
straight.
probably getting murdered right now. They're stabbing it to death in the field. They're hunting it.
I don't
a
want to
good
think
thing.
about it.
Wait, you did? What'd you? Wait, what? What'd you do? You?
Wait, you released that thing?
Don't tell anyone, please. But I might have helped my Triceratops friend.
That thing?
Triceratops?
He's called Triceratops.
Did you see what it
Sadly,
did to
he
the
never
gate?
gave me his name. Well, yes, I believe he was just trying to get out. He wishes no harm on us. It is okay.
Yeah, he's probably being killed right now.
Yeah. I point down the road and I say, yeah, just look down the road and see what it did.
Yeah, they also got Fox. He's
Oh.
apparently he killed somebody. Oh yeah. So what sketch?
Oi.
Yeah.
He wasn't really saying anything. He was just saying oi.
You're not very helpful.
Oh, okay.
Helpful, are you?
Hey.
What is this business about them getting bird friend?
Apparently he killed somebody, then ran away, and got captured, put in a cage. I don't know if he's dead or alive. We won't know because he's in the Shimmer Ward, and we will never be able to get in there and get him.
I don't know. The
He's
gate's
probably
open
dead.
now.
Oh yeah.
Wrecker, are you still outside?
Yeah.
Okay. After you stand outside for a little bit, you see a small metallic bird-like thing. You hear it swoop through the streets, and as it passes by, it goes, and it flies out in the direction of the creature that ran through.
No.
Well, that creature's fucked.
No, it's dead.
Man.
Yeah,
Well,
dead.
at least it's
It
better
would've
than
been so
being
cool if we
stuck in a
could ride
cage.
away on the-
Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
Wait, how tall was it, Pat? Did you say?
At least 15 feet tall.
Oh
You-
shit!
It was hard. It was hard to tell from your perspective because you just got a passing glance as it
Yeah.
sprinted through the door. But yeah, probably about 15 feet. Your estimation.
Okay.
At least like 20,000 pounds, easily, if not more.
Damn. I need to use the restroom pretty bad. So I'll be right back.
I was gonna call it in 30 minutes anyway. So
Oh, you were? Okay.
yeah.
I'll just hold
be
it
10.
in then. Oh, I tough
yeah.
through it.
He's
Wrecker,
very-
what are you doing, bud? You've been awfully quiet.
It's just sad.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll go in the bar. And I just kind of sulk through, totally ignore all the destruction.
Like an
just
NPC in Skyrim,
yeah.
that just walks through stuff.
And I'm just, my head's kind of down, and I sit down at the bar. And I'm like, hey, Poro.
Oh, hey, bud. I bring
Who's
over a drink
that?
for him. Hey, this is for something to get your mind off of what happened to Fox.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What does he think about the rat creature? Or has he not seen him yet?
He's not really paying attention to him at the moment.
He's just sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
He takes a drink and kind of looks around and then sees him.
Didn't I kill you earlier? I swear I smashed your fucking head in.
He's sucking from that tube, and he just kind of turns, and he's still sucking. He doesn't really like say anything. He just.
Can you understand me?
Fuck you, cunt.
Hey. Oh. Let's all get along here.
No, I'm pretty sure I killed this guy earlier last week.
Are you sure? I mean, he's kind of alive.
No, I saw him in the city.
Wait. Wrecker brought the body back of the rat he killed, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Did we see that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
you did.
This is a different
Yeah,
rat,
you
man.
definitely did.
Yeah, you
Are you
killed
sure?
somebody. Yeah. You killed somebody else. Just focus on your
He
drinks.
was hideous.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like how he is. Hideous.
He just laughs.
Hideous. Hideous.
He takes a mug and chucks it at you.
It like breaks over my head, and I just
He doesn't
say,
even feel
Hideous.
it. You don't even feel it.
Wouldn't that put you down to 0 health?
He kills him.
No.
Oh man.
Like you're still sitting at 1 health, aren't you?
yeah.
I don't have a potion for you, either.
I do.
I'm actually gonna. No, I actually see Wrecker. I'm like, Sir Wrecker, are you all right? What happened?
I got in a fight and I lost.
Oh,
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, he turned
I'm
into a
sorry,
werewolf.
friend.
I'm still really in shock about that, Poro.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bring up so much trauma.
I just didn't know I could do that.
Well, let me help you with your wounds.
Sounds like a pussy.
As you guys are having this
Excuse
conversation,
me.
you see a human man at the entrance to the door. He has a lute, like a stringed instrument in his hand, and he goes. He turns the corner and without really taking in the situation. He goes, "My dearest Catelyn, oh my divine beauty with eyes as azure lakes and who bosoms." And he stops for a second and takes in the situation. And then slowly backs out of the door.
Whoa! Come back, man.
all
That was
look at him.
beautiful.
I just turn back to Tyler
He turns and sprints out the door.
to snatch.
Sketch.
Scatch.
Snatch.
Snatch.
All
Yeah,
right.
I turn back to Scatch and
Yeah. What are you? I've killed so many rats.
Just keeps drinking.
Sir Wrecker, please calm down. We can all be friends here.
No,
Let's fight, pussy.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Oh, no fighting.
Slap your drink down.
Oh.
No. Wrecker. I'll put the cup in his face. Let's just drink, Wrecker, okay? Let's forget
No.
about today.
Perf? How can I forget about today?
Oh,
Bird friend's gone.
I give him a hug. It's okay, bud. It's okay. Just let the drink flow through you. It's okay.
And this piece of shit right here is yelling at me.
He kind of chuckles to himself.
Oh, Wrecker. I miss him too, okay?
No,
Poro
you
starts
don't.
crying.
You gave up on it.
I miss him too.
That's fake
Seconds ago.
tears.
Yep, he's dead.
That's a fake laugh.
I mean, there's no way we're gonna be able to fight or do all that shit. Not with our luck.
But he had so much money. It's all gone. He had so much of our loot.
Yeah.
Poro's just starting to cry.
He had a
our
lot of
loot,
shit.
He had a bag of holding. He had what's that? That rod? What's that called? Immovable rod.
Mm-hmm.
And the egg.
He had the egg. What the hell was in the egg? We gotta get it back. We gotta get his stuff back.
We'll never know, man.
I
Well, remember
Poro
over the
off.
table, Dean, that he dropped it in that tent.
I know,
Yeah,
but how are we?
We don't know that.
Okay, I was just making sure that you remember. You were
Yeah.
playing
We're
it
gonna
so
find
well.
it.
Above the table, the guards probably saw that and swiped it up because they were right
Yeah.
on its tail.
Yeah.
Is anyone else pretty good at sneaking? Since the gate's open to the guards' area, we can sneak in and look.
Well, I got a +4 to stealth.
So hey, you should go in there and see if you can find Fox, see if he's alive, and if he's not,
Dean, I'm gonna stop you right there. It is covered in Opal Assembly guards. This is their headquarters, bud.
okay, well, how are we gonna
you're
get
not,
his?
You're not gonna roll a stealth check and sneak through the army.
We could.
I guess
You
I
look like a
could.
ninja.
We could.
I could disguise myself, I guess.
You could disguise
no, I'm not
yourself as
doing
one
that.
of them.
No. That won't work, man. I just want to drink. Forget it. I
You
start
want a drink from my gourd?
He offers
Yes.
the tube. Oh.
I take a drink.
Oh no. He's gonna have to roll
actually
something for that,
do
Pat.
Need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. That's no meme.
Oh dear God. Well, I have a
It's basically
+6.
just straight poison.
Let's see how will I do. Oh God. That's 7 + 6, 13.
Okay. So it's the equivalent of Everclear plus gasoline. It tastes just about as good as Scotch smells. I mean, it's almost like you have chlamydia going down your throat. It just burns with a sensation you've never experienced before. You have to fight every urge in your body not to just puke it back up. Like your body thinks it's poison, so it naturally tries to like resist it at first, and you have to like fight the sensation of like, this is alcohol, I'm drinking it, it's okay.
I take another swig.
No.
All right, roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Natural
Are you
20.
trying to re-roll a new character?
You did not. Oh my goodness.
You dry heave.
He's trying to kill himself.
And if you feel like it's sitting in your stomach, it feels like you've basically just somebody has reached inside your stomach and sat a pile of acid on your stomach lining. It's just you can feel almost the inside of your stomach going like of it, just like your stomach lining just dissolving away.
Oh, that is putrid.
That stuff's used to burn warts off mules.
You're all right, Poro. That stuff will put some balls in your hair.
What?
Yeah, I actually messed up in real life, but I was like, it makes sense.
Oh, balls on my hair? Never heard that expression
Yeah.
before.
He pats you on the back.
Oh, my good friend, he's gone forever.
You don't even care.
You weren't ever sad.
What do you mean?
Wrecker.
You left immediately.
Because I know what is over there.
You left and came right down here to your new friend, Rat,
I came to the bar to
and
get
you
drunk.
started getting drunk with him.
Yeah, because nobody else was here.
'Cause you left us. You left Bird Friend.
I did not leave him. He is in my
you
thoughts.
left him. That doesn't count.
Burfriend will never die if we remember him.
Friends, I must admit something.
Oh
What?
God, you killed Birdfriend. You did it! I smashed
No.
the bottle on the ground. You did it!
No,
You hear
Flynn, I
the
didn't
barkeep
kill
go, "Oh God!"
Is there still a bunch of people in the bar?
Most people have slowly cleared out. There are still a few unconscious individuals, but the bar members that were just in there after this conflict have slowly made their way out and have kind of left you to do your own business.
Okay.
There's still a
Friends,
handful of unconscious people in the bar, though. Still haven't woken up.
I had my suspicions that Bird Friend would have done something like that. But I was foolish and I trusted him to not act rashly. But he had this book with him. And I did some research on it, and the user of that book is supposed to kill and write the names of the people that they kill in it for some sick and twisted god.
Well,
My
Well,
apologies.
that sounds pretty
friends.
badass, actually. I won't lie.
That's just Bird Friend.
Yeah, honest. Yeah.
well, he's dead. You guys really think he's dead or gone?
Hey,
He's probably dead.
hey, Gargle, you want to buy a round of drinks for everybody?
Piss off, mate.
Okay, I'll buy a round of drinks for everybody.
You whatever. You don't got any money.
Wow.
I got 34 gold. That was that noise.
He just makes random noises.
I can see it probably. He kind of is crazy. He's like got ticks.
Oh.
His like head twitches to the left.
So how much gold would it be to buy a round of drinks for everybody, including the other patrons?
You don't really get a response from the barkeep. He is still cowering underneath the bar.
Hey,
He's kinda
bud.
waiting for you guys to leave.
It's time to stop pissing yourself. I want to buy some drinks.
Just put the gold on the counter and take whatever you want. Please don't hurt me.
Okay.
Here, I got it. I know the waitress.
He goes behind the bar and takes a bunch of drinks.
I lay down 10 gold.
Okay.
There you go,
So I
bud.
slam all the bottles onto the table.
To Fox. I hold up my my bottle.
To Bird Friend.
I hold up my flagon and I say I pour it out for him and I dump it on the floor.
Whip it out for Fox.
Whip it out. Yeah, we all just start jerking off.
We all take our dicks out.
That's the plan, so.
What the hell?
Where's that waitress?
Jeez.
All right, let's go to the NSFW chat.
Yep.
No.
Anybody
Hey,
else?
baby, come over here. Cheers with us.
I think she's gone.
Oh yeah, she's upstairs. She's gone.
He just drinks it.
I start drinking too.
Yeah.
I pound it all down. I want to get drunk.
You pound it.
You're getting it, Paro.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
Is that a whole bottle?
yeah. I'm drinking the whole bottle.
Roll me a Constitution check. This time with disadvantage.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's a natural 20 again. Oh, that's a 14 plus 6, so dirty 20.
Okay. This one hits you harder than you were thinking it was going to. It's a normal bottle of pretty average liquor, just whatever Scotch grabbed off the top of the bar. But after the drinks that you've had, it's getting to you a little bit. You're starting to get a little sauced here.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
My man.
He just total disregard.
Oh.
Hands you another drink.
I start drinking it.
Is Poro a psychopath or a sociopath?
He's actually sad about Fox.
Oh. I'm gonna miss him so much. He didn't care.
But he was his master.
That's true. He wasn't his master.
Well, I mean, that's what Poro thought.
Oh.
His best friend in Magic.
It's like One Punch Man and Genos.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gargle says, "All right, whatever. I'm going back to the room, getting ready for the night's over. Well, I guess everything that Fox had is gone.
You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm part of a band tonight.
He's got a show.
Do you guys want to come
He's
watch?
got a gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can make it
I'll come
I
watch.
can- in memory of Bird Friend.
Yeah. It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait.
I'll put my whole heart and soul into it.
Do you even have a soul?
Gargle. That's a rude thing to say.
Well, I'm just trying to be like our new friend here, right there, Snatchy boy.
I do. Now I gotta go. You guys can come with if you want. But
Yeah.
You
I'll go.
hideous freak.
This is gonna be a fun interaction.
Do whatever you want.
What?
I don't care what you do.
I'm coming.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And as you guys make your way out of the bar, it's the sun's starting to slowly set. It's kind of, you see tints of orange and purple on the horizon itself. You see there are a couple of kids that are out, and they have these tiny little glass vials. And in them, when they throw them on the ground, they shatter and make like a bright sparkle, and they make like a popping sound, like and they shatter everywhere. And you see kids are running around and throwing it at each other's feet and stuff like that, and like basically like sparklers and stuff like that. Yeah, poppets. They're called spark glass. And vendors around are kind of selling them now. You can buy a bag of them for like a silver piece. They're just little novelty toys. But people are, kind of winding down for the evening.
I'll buy one.
Okay, yeah, you buy. They come in little bags of 10.
Yeah, I'll
you
buy
can
a
just,
bag.
you throw them on the ground and they pop and go.
Oh, I don't want to throw them on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
that's
them.
what the kids are doing. They're spiking them. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I want to keep them.
that's okay. You can keep them. And as you guys make your way towards the stage for Elithars, which is going to be this building right here. If you guys look at the map, that's the stage area right there. You guys make your way towards Elithars with your bird friend in prison or dead or whatever happening. But as they say, the show must go on. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, that was good.
Tyler.
Lots of good shit today.
That's debatable. But all right.
Sad for Bird Friend.
I didn't expect Tyler's story arc to go like that, or Fox's. I mean,
I knew he wouldn't be with us forever, but I didn't think he'd kill him off.
yeah.
Is he dead? You don't know.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's not.
Well, we're never gonna see him again either way.
I have a feeling he's
Yeah,
wanting
it's
to be a
probably true.
lich.
Oh, that would be pretty cool if he shows up in the end game.
That would be.
It'd be like a year from now.
I don't know how he's gonna get out of prison though, because I think they're gonna put him in there for life if he kills
He's
2 people.
magical.
You've seen
He'll be
Avatar.
alright.
Remember his uncle Iroh? He's training. Have you not seen Avatar?
I have, yeah. I
Are we gonna take a break and then play some Siege then?
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ben,
Alright,
I'm
give me-
assuming you have to go.
No.
We're gonna play 3v3.
Oh shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Can we take like a 10-minute break or
Yeah.
10, 15?
That's
Mhm.
yeah.
Wait, do you work tomorrow, Levi?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What
You
time?
work too much.
Better not be in the morning.
12:30, 4:30.
Ah, okay, you're good.
Why?
That's late. I was gonna say if you got to work early, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh no.
Well, tomorrow's Sunday, so
Well, he
Church.
usually works on Sunday.
Yeah, I work afternoon or noon to afternoon because I can't wake up any early.
you wake up for school 5 days a week.
Oh, dude, that is.
Barely, probably. If it's like
pushing
me or
it, yeah.
Spencer.
Oh,
How me and Spencer were.
Oh yeah.
I set like 10 alarms to wake me up in the morning.
Jeez, we are
Alright.
completely
I
different.
remember back in the day, me and Spencer, when we'd stay at each other's houses, stay up till like 5 or 6 a.m., go to sleep for 30 minutes, and then wake up, and then go to school, and we would be like corpses.
Still are.
Uh,
Well, thank you guys for playing. I think we had a pretty good session. It was
Yeah, it was
split
cool.
between a couple different stories, but I think it all worked out pretty well.
That was kind of fun. Like, like
Yeah,
going
split
scene
up
to
like
scene.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
I like how you did that.
Thank you.
yeah, real
you
good,
and
real good job, Pat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Levi, you caused a riot. Congratulations.
Dio, he wanted to do good, and he sees what he did as good.
It was basically the scene from that second Star Wars movie where they let loose those animals.
I was thinking more along the lines of
The
the second Jurassic Park movie where they actually let out the Triceratops and it comes crashing through their meetings and destroys their camp.
I was
Well,
thinking of
yeah.
it like Jesus, where he like the town, or not the town, like this square or
temple.
whatever, and like the temple, and he
Started
like releases
flipping
all-
tables.
yeah, he flips the tables and everything. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and welcome to the game Sketch. He is a skeever gunslinger.
Mm-hmm. And he is always hammered, and when he's not hammered, rolls with disadvantage on everything. And he's hammered when he wakes up for a couple hours too, or sober when he wakes up. So he's always not sober, but he's hungover, and he's rolls with disadvantage in the morning or whenever he wakes up.
Oh, you better believe Dio's gonna try and get him clean.
Oh my god,
He's
That's
gonna see he has an
hilarious.
addiction.
it is an addiction.
Can't
He's gonna
stop.
try and help him.
He's a pervert. So's
Oh
Porto.
yeah.
Poro, yeah, he is. He's just not lucky at all.
He called you Poro. Did you know that? At the end, that's when he decided he liked you.
Aww.
Aww.
Was that after I drank it from his
Yeah.
shitty gourd?
Yeah. I can't even imagine how that would taste because it's kind of like rusty, and it's got his like
Yeah,
nasty.
I tried to
slobber.
describe it as best I could. It was.
Ugh,
Well, it's a good
nasty.
thing
He
I've
hasn't showered in 10 years or
I-
brushed his teeth.
Oh,
They're chipped. Look at him.
fucking gross. Got a +6 to Constitution saves, so I'm good. Ugh.
All right, like 5-minute break. I just gotta pee and get a drink.
Sure.
I need to eat. I haven't eaten all day.
How long is that gonna take? An hour?
You know me, Tyler. Yes, it's gonna take an hour. I'm a slow eater. I can't help it. Okay.
Well, make your food and bring it here while we play because we're playing in 10 minutes.
God damn it.